All right. And hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to Tales of Eberron. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to Tales of Eberron. Hello, everyone. God, it's just...
Hello.
Welcome.
God, why is it just fucking looping?
Why is it looping?
Because earlier I was watching Twitch and I forgot to mute my own thing.
I was like, is this some elaborate prank you all decided to do? Because it's bad.
I should have done that.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I should have done that and then just like taken off the headphones and been like, no. Well, I'm just gonna
walk away.
I'm gonna leave it to just sort itself out.
Hearing us say "make it stop" many, many times.
All right. So, yeah. How's everybody doing?
I'm doing better. How are you?
Doing good. Doing good.
Good.
Entertainment is near Ronto indeed.
Entertainment is Nearonto. I actually had a conversation with somebody who they were like, look, what's with the Toronto thing? And I was like, I honestly can't even tell you at this point because I think it started with Mike saying Toblerone at the beginning.
Yep.
Yeah, it was Toblerone, then Tobleronto, and it just became...
Yeah, it was Toblerone,
and
and then Tobleronto, and then just Toronto, and now it's things that rhyme with Toronto.
Well,
Yes.
it's Toronto because I think there was a Kiss live show where he did the wrong city, so he screamed out Toronto, and it's like a really like famous music meme.
So, okay, so like the other day I was like, all right, if I was a wrestler, like what sort of various gimmicks would I have? And I thought of that as a gimmick. Like I would just always call out the wrong name. Hello,
the best way to do
Minneapolis! And you're in like Denver.
Hell yeah.
Help! I'm lost.
There is no easier way to get heat than to just insult a town or to say that, you know, the town you're from is better or to call them by the wrong name. That is the cheapest heat in the world.
Yes.
And I feel like of the three, the easiest one to get is the latter of the three, because it's just like you're saying the wrong city entirely.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? Do you even know where you're at? It's like, no, and I don't care.
How many concussions has this man had already?
3 to
Come on,
the
that
sir.
ring.
Oh, just the one, but 4 or 5 times.
Stop doing 360 centons. You keep landing on your skull. We're not
Also,
speaking, we're not speaking directly to you, Jeff Hardy, but also Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy.
Come on, man. I think I was talking to you about this, Travis, but I went to see AEW's latest pay-per-view at the iPic Theater, and it was really good.
I've heard that it was good. There was a lot of title changeovers, and you went to like my favorite movie theater, so I know they treated you probably really well too.
It was pretty good. I had never been there before, and I was like,
It's so good.
I basically get a couch to sit in, and I can order liquor during this. All movie theaters should be this.
Yes. And I've actually talked to like one of the managers for a long time, and he goes, every time a regular movie theater steps up their game, we then step up ours even more. And I'm like, you do it right, man. That's so good.
They're going to be like, oh, yeah, they're actually offering mixed drinks at AMC now. And he's going to be like, get me 18 masseuses on the phone.
Yeah. Well, what was strange was when I started going, it was like a normal movie theater with reclining seats, and then there were premiums in the back. Well, after everybody started getting recliner seats in their normal movie theaters, iPic went, now everybody has soundproof booths.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, iPick. I love iPick, and I am willing to pay the prices for iPick because
I will always pay
they're
that price.
fantastic. They're so good.
But yeah,
Ted, we should probably recap last week's or the week before last game.
Recrap it, indeed.
let's recap everything.
Let's recap.
Start at the beginning and then poop.
Oh, garbage.
Yeah, so last week the team started here-ish. Basically right before what I'm calling the point. The point is the House Orion Guild Road goes up this way and then comes back down this way. But there's like a path, an old road people take that isn't maintained that just follows along this. It crosses a river, goes for a little while, then crosses another river, and then you're out of it. They crossed the river. It was raining a lot. And when they were about 80% of the way across the bridge over the river, a big wave came and took out the bridge. And then Quintus was like, man, I should really go apologize to the river spirit that we just made mad. And he went and apologized, and it threw him into the wagon. And then he's like, I should apologize again. And then the river like formed hands that picked him up and just chucked him at the wagon. And then he was like, we should probably just go. So the team went. They encountered
All kinds of cool shit.
They encountered all kinds of things. They saw a house. They decided to bypass. They kept on the road a little bit, and they started seeing like basically there's downed trees everywhere, and just places that have been sort of affected by the storm. And they saw some like churned mud. And as they saw the churned mud turned out to have been churned because there was a Bulette nearby who was hungry and decided he was going to eat everyone there. And so he just kept jumping over the wagon and clawing the crap out of everybody he could touch. And most of who he could touch was Sharut and Lumio. I would have gotten away with him too if it weren't for that darn Dandarin and that danged Quintus, who shot and or hit him a lot, and he decided that living was a pretty good idea, and so he dug under the dirt and he left. You guys should definitely go encounter him again though, because I love Bulettes. And they're like one of my favorite monsters, and I will just... How about we have an all-Bulette adventure, and they just leap out, and they hit you guys with claws, and then they go back in.
What if we play Bulette?
Yeah, I'm much more.
Justin can play the other version that he thinks.
No.
French.
It's interesting that John Eric says he loves them so much, and then mispronounces the name so consistently. I don't know that that's a sign of appreciation.
Are we going to have this argument again? For God's
Yes,
sake.
we are. Yes, we are.
Rather than that, how about we avoid the argument, and everyone who's not Justin, you can have 10 gold.
Nice.
Hey!
Thanks, Justin.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's so petty, and I love it so much.
You punish players by rewarding everyone else.
But the thing is by acknowledging it and by me saying you're welcome, it's just me gifting it.
There you go.
I'm taking your kindness and making it my own.
That's a lie we can believe in.
Yeah.
So the team moves on a little bit more, and they find basically a place where there was a wagon fight. Some things attacked a wagon, and they find that sort of scattered among the remnants of the fight isn't the wagon. The wagon actually managed to get away, but scattered among the remnants of the fight are a couple of bodies that are they are dead, but they were also dressed as undead. And Delian recognized one of them as a man named Pol, and knew him from the sort of like bandit crew that inhabited this area. A crew called the Skeleton Crew, who just kind of like dress up like undead and scare people away from their stuff so that they can steal it and then leave. They investigate that a little bit, and they're like, look, we gotta get through this whole thing because the rain is coming. And so they continue on, and they get to the river crossing, and while they're at the river crossing, not while they're at the river crossing, but before they got to the river crossing, this whole thing, which used to be a bridge, is just gone now. There's just nothing there. And they sort of stop, and a naiad rises up on a throne of water and tells them that their kind has caused corruption to the north that is beginning to seep into the banks, and that they get to go and solve that corruption. And she will ensure that they are never able to pass the river until they do. So they either get to go and solve it or try to scale the mountains to the south of the point. And yeah, she tells them that they'll have to leave behind their conveyance and that they will have to leave behind one of their party as a hostage. Forsidna volunteers. So Forsidna stayed behind with Gwyn, Batrix, and Zmeech. I will note she was very kind and did offer to let Quintus leave, but he said no.
Quintus appreciated it. He's like.
Yeah.
So,
so she has basically told the lot of you that there's some sort of corruption that's spreading up to the north, and that it's up to all of you to figure it out and put a stop to it. And so when we left, the group was sort of headed off to the north, and the water elementals weren't attacking, but they were kind of like herding you towards your way. So they're doing this kind of thing, just doing this as you head up and off and kind of into the forest. And I believe when we left, Quintus was exhausted and thus barely able to keep himself upright. Correct?
that is correct.
And Delian was also exhausted?
No.
Delian was blind. Sharut was also exhausted.
Well, Delian was blind, but he blinded himself, so he could just
I did.
stop that. Sharut was also exhausted.
Lumio had been charmed.
Yeah, and I have something that says that... Why do you have a net on you, Dandrin?
I don't know. I spawned in with it.
Weird. Well, that's yours now.
I got a free net.
That's mine. Okay, so the lot of you start heading north. Dandrin is basically carrying Sharut and Quintus, who each weigh about 50 pounds-ish, but because he's a dwarf, don't really slow him down all that much. Pathfinder dwarf rules are weird. What would you all like to do?
I will trundle, carrying my 3 tiny charges and herding my besmitten charge a little bit deeper before looking for a place that I could assemble a structure of some kind of refuge to get them out of the weather so they can recover.
As soon as we're far enough away, I'll probably just unblind myself.
Okay, so just make it so that you're, able to see again. It's your effect, so you just end it.
Yeah.
All right. Sure. Dandrin, can you give me a survival check? And I will say for the rest of you, if you can give me perception checks.
Oh, perfect. Sure. Just in time, too.
Can I also do a survival check, or?
So I'm saying it as like since you're being carried and you're not the one who's like looking for tracks and able to sort of like scout around and stuff, the best you can do is like call out and look at things from like a distance. We have Sharut. You will actually be the one that spots this. You see what looks to be kind of basically the ruins of an old house. It doesn't look like it has much of a roof anymore, but it does have walls, and you might be able to make something of it.
Sharut will basically tap Dandrin on the shoulder since he's like sitting in his backpack. There, see, ruined house. Use filter.
I could make something of that. And he will trundle and trudge, pushing Lumio along the way as I make my way to the ruins.
Yeah, and I'll just grab all the appropriate folk.
I sure hope I'm that person.
The appropriate folk?
Yeah, I like being the appropriate folk.
Yeah.
We get there a little faster. We get there a little faster because Sharut is kind of like
Just
playing horsey with the
just jangling the weird leash that you have on Dandrin.
yeah, basically.
So
weird.
Yeah. What you're seeing here is that nothing is really intact. A lot of the wood looks rotted. There's, some of the walls, you only have the stone foundation left. You don't even have much of the wood. But this is probably the best you can do as far as like making a shelter to keep you out of the rain that would stand a good chance of actually keeping you out of the rain. So
Well,
yeah.
time to get to it.
So yeah.
Okay. So can you give me a survival check? And you have, I believe, 2 people that can actually help you with this, because the other 2 can't really move much. So that everyone watching knows how this works, they are exhausted right now, which means that they are at a -6, or a -6 to strength and dex. And Quintus, I believe you have a strength of 7.
That is correct.
So you are at a strength of 1.
Yep.
Yeah, like the essentially cloth clothing that he is wearing puts him at a heavy equipment load. And Shrewd, I believe, has a strength of 8.
Yes.
So you're at a strength of 2.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah. So you guys are just not doing well. But Delian and Lumio, if the 2 of you would like, you can assist Dandrin in the building of some sort of shelter.
Sure.
Cool.
Let me set these things up.
Yeah, so Delian and Lumio, give me a survival check, and then Dandrin, you can give me a survival check with their bonuses if they get at least a 10.
Survival.
If I don't have ranks in the skill, I can still roll at that,
Yeah,
though, right?
yeah.
Okay.
That was actually helpful.
I'm helping.
All right.
And, yeah, so that ain't bad. You guys are able to patch some of the holes in the house that looks like it has the most intact roof, with, just layering on like branch after branch after branch, and throwing a bit of mud up there to do what you can to hold it together. It's still gonna leak. It's not great, but it will actually like hold heat, get it warm, still vent out smoke. So you have some place that you can actually, rest. And so we'll say that it's this one. As part of this, we'll say that you can just build the fire that Sharut and Quintus need to get warm. Sharut, Quintus, after about an hour of sitting near the fire, you're not dry, but you're warm, and your exhaustion does go away.
So, quick question: Are we? Have you moved us over onto this other map yet? Because
Yeah.
You didn't in Foundry. There we
there
go.
we go.
I like that John is sitting here telling stories about the map that he can see, and we're just sitting here like, I'm still
All the jelly
over.
spoons and jam forks can see it.
It's
Yeah.
it's really
I've
weird because sometimes I click it and it feels like everybody moves, and sometimes I click it and no one moves, and sometimes I click it and it's like, would you like to configure everything about this map, everything numbers wise? And I was like, fucking, come on. So yeah,
And-
you guys are up here.
Excellent. And then during said hour, Sharut is going to kind of scooch close to Lumio, and he's going to say, "Have more potions of repair.
a few, yes.
If give few to Sharut, Sharut can apply if in need with haste."
That's right.
Oh,
You were terribly
yes.
damaged, weren't you, Lumio?
Yes. Yes, I was.
For me, it was barely an hour and a half ago. For the player, was 2 weeks. Let me see to you, here, boy.
I remember all of that very keenly. I think I was healed up though, because
Yeah,
yeah.
I believe Sharut actually like made some salves to heal you as you were moving along.
Yeah.
So you should be fully healed.
yeah, I'm at 28 as my sheet saved it. So
Yeah, we healed you up before, but he's just trying to basically prepare.
yeah,
So, like, in the event that you go down and he's away and you need to be up, he can just shoot you, basically. And then, yeah,
Isn't that what we all want?
exactly.
Could you please just shoot me back to health, Star Wars: The Old Republic style?
Everybody just wants to be coup de grace by Sharut
Yeah, there you
when
go.
they die. That's just how it is.
I've
The
been killed.
coup de
Quick,
grace.
coup de grace me.
All right. So, like I said, it takes a little while to build up the roof and plug the holes, and then it takes you about an hour to get warm. Sharut and Quintus, the 2 of you can't do much in that amount of time aside from just feel crappy. You're probably just mostly sitting there. But yeah, after you're warm, you're good to go. You start to dry out a little bit. You're doing all right. Yeah, so what would the lot of you like to do at this point? It's sort of nearing dusk. It's not quite there yet. You know, you're at the like 3-4 in the afternoonish kind of area. What would you like to do?
Well, if you're feeling better, best we try and take care of this quick as possible. Away for Sidna and the horses aren't waiting too long.
Sharut is going to, before we venture forth, fill 2 bolt vials with potions of repair, portions of light repair.
Okay.
What I would suggest instead is that we do some reconnaissance first. This may be a situation where we would gain a sizable advantage by not rushing into it deliberately.
Sharut can handle some reconnaissance now. Strength back.
Yes, I think that we can all take some time now that we've gotten out of the worst of this and perhaps take a look around. That's very reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think we're quite at the area we need to be, so we should probably move closer to where we are going to be before we... So, shall we make our journey? She said northward, yes?
Yes.
All right. So you guys start sort of moving northward, and it's not long until you realize that the ground is becoming muddier, and then the ground is becoming kind of less. There's little rises that are actually sticking up, but you sort of enter an area where there's long weeds that you can see, and that's what you can kind of walk on. And otherwise, there's just these swampy, morassing puddles or lakes.
Did you say this was a swamp, a bayou, or a
Yeah.
bog?
I mean, those are somewhat synonyms.
Somewhat, yes.
Yeah, like almost exactly. So the answer would be yes.
Well, you see, there's a difference in the alkaline content of the water. So what I want to surmise is... No.
It's
Andrew just goes in and starts doing some ecological, engineering.
you
Oh,
started
fix it.
entering a very swampy area as you start going north. And you do occasionally hear this kind of like, get that one. But it's kind of like off in the distance, and with the fog that's rising and the rain that's falling, it's just hard to see.
Andrew's going to apply cover to his top section with his shield.
Sharut is going to do some sneaking towards the voices.
Yeah, Quintus is going to suppress his visuals and also commence sneaking.
Okay, let me put you all...
Lumio, you and I should stay here.
I believe you're correct.
Shh.
Delian is also correct.
Sharut's going to look to Dandrin. Don't move muscle. Armor loud.
How many long? I would thank you. I've learned it quite well.
Shh.
So, hold on, please. I need to actually put you guys where you'll be. Deline, are you one of the ones that's moving ahead with Sharut and Quintus?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. So, basically, the way this is going to work is these areas, if the square is mostly land, it's land. If it's mostly water, it's water. Its movement penalty is, or it's difficult terrain. You can also use the the sort of trees that you see going into the water to try to balance on, but it will require acrobatics checks to do stuff like that if you'd like.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you're all just kind of seeing the fog here is kind of thick. There's just swamps at night have a buzz and a weird life about them where it's clearly like a place that's full of life, but it's also a place that has a staggering amount of decay. And this one in particular just feels malevolent. It's just kind of digging at you as you walk.
An ominous vibe surrounds this place.
So, Quintus, Sharut, and Delian, the three of you wanted to scout ahead. Tell me what you're doing, where you're going.
Quintus is gonna make a stealth check.
Oh, can you make a stealth check for me?
I can do that.
So is Sharut.
That sounds great.
Julian refuses to do so, but does anyway. Just to be obstinate.
All right.
Also, Quintus's stealth check is of the nature that he doesn't require shit to hide behind because he is suppressing himself
It's like
visually.
vaguely translucent.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so the three of you start moving forward. And when you get to hereish, you see that right here is the body of a man. It is a headless body, and what it looks like is that it has had large claws kind of dig into part of it, like at the top of the torso, and just rend down.
Oh, jeez.
Sharut will look for papers and then any loose potions potentially.
Doesn't seem to have any papers, because if you're a bandit and you carry those on you, it's usually a bad idea. But you're not noticing any papers or anything, or any potions or anything like that either. Does have a coin pouch with a handful of silver and gold on it, but that's about it. We'll see.
He'll snag it and hand it to Quintus.
It has 2 silver and 7 gold.
Edred, 2 silver, 7 gold.
A bag of money just chucks itself across the swamp, pings on Dandarin's shield.
Yeah.
The money enchantment worked.
They said it couldn't be done.
But I'm the finest craftsman of my age.
I made
Quintus-
money that gives me more
Be
money.
mad, will you?
Quintus is gonna tap Sharut, and then because he's kind of translucent, he's actually just gonna draw on Sharut's a line on Sharut's shoulder to the right, and then start moving that way.
Okay.
Like by that tap, do you mean like stay here and just keep an eye around the corner?
No. It was I'm getting your attention. I'm moving.
Oh,
this way.
okay.
And then he's gonna try and walk across this log.
Okay. Can you give me an acrobatics check, please?
I can't probably. I
It's a pretty
can't.
good one.
Yeah, you're doing fine. You can walk across the log. When you get to there, can you give me a perception check?
Yes.
Yeah, with that, you see that kind of around this tree, there are a number of creatures. You just see them sort of all there. And this one, this sort of... to describe them so that you can kind of tell them apart, this guy looks like little more than a waterlogged zombie that has very, very rotted. So, like, there's points where the flesh is just completely gone, and you're just seeing, like, bones. Think like World of Warcraft Undead, where it's like, all of the major joints are just bone on bone, but no flesh covering it. This one looks like a waterlogged zombie that has not rotted. It's just it's taken on all that water. That guy right there. This one is sort of waving in the water, like the water kind of passes through it a little bit. This one, you can easily identify someone of your ilk and your knowledge as a Lacedon, which is a water ghoul. And this one is a little bit taller than the others and has odd proportions, as in the torso is very muscular, but the arms and the legs are very long. Like, standing up, if it weren't hunched over, its fingernails could probably like scratch at its ankles. And its ankles are like its legs are about the size of Dandarin. So it's not actually large in terms of like occupying a large space. It's just been kind of stretched. And they're kind of clawing at this tree. And then you're, moving over stealthily, and the log underneath you slightly shifts, and you see this ripple go out. And then these two turn their head and start moving your way.
Sounds like a great time to head back.
All right. And while stay there for the moment. While you were doing that, Delian, were you doing anything?
Yeah. I was actually gonna start heading up this direction.
Okay. Go ahead and get up there.
Yeah. I'm gonna go right here, and kind of scan the area, see if there's anything going on. And barring that, just kind of mosey on across, like maybe hook shot my way over.
Okay.
Letting, giving Sharut the signal like a ta-ta, and just a nice wave, and away I go.
I like that, like, a key facet of Delian's character is that he always seems to be falling sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're easily able to, like, hookshot your way across that little gap. Can you give me a... actually, there's no perception check required for this.
Okay.
You just see it. There's a creature right here that has been pinned to this tree with 2 spears. There's just one in its chest and sort of one in its stomach. And it's just hanging there. And then it sees you and it goes, "Come here, free me. I can grant you power you wouldn't believe. Just get me down." And when it speaks, its jaw unhinges too much and its teeth are too pointy. And its tongue is a good 1.5 long. Just this.
Unbelievable power is my least favorite kind of power. I like very believable power, so when I use it, it's believable. So, no thanks.
Okay.
And I'll just kind of leave him there, maybe take a pebble and just like ping it off his head.
I'd rather not.
And you... yeah, I mean, he's immobilized. He's just stuck there, and he's...
Delian will, like, as he's continuing to scan forward, maybe he'll find one. He'll not throw them all, but he'll, like, check the size and weight, because he knows he has an audience. A captive one at that.
I'd like to take an attack of opportunity as a free action against Delian.
Good luck trying to reach me all the way over here.
So, yeah, you can move past him if you'd like. And he kind of, like, reaches out for you. You see these claws reach at you. I believe Delian has actually encountered... You haven't encountered the water variant of a ghoul, but you have encountered ghouls before, and
Yeah.
they look pretty much the same. The transformation sort of makes the skin weirdly pale and dark. Like, ghouls have that weird pallor of a dead thing, where, like, the blood's not flowing, but they also, like, in shadowy areas, just kind of blend in a little well. And
Yeah.
they have the long black claws and the sharp teeth, but they all have that, like, super long tongue. You encountered some Dolgrim ghouls in Spear Point, so...
Yeah, so this is nothing new. Delian will just continue, like, scanning the area around and mocking, like, when the ghoul's trying to, like, reach for him. He's just looking back, trying to, like, do the same, like, and just not making noise, but just mimicking.
Okay. When you get to there-ish, can you give me a perception check, please?
Sure.
You notice a lot more of these out here.
Not pinned, I imagine.
Not pinned, but there's at least 4 more in the water here. And they all look roughly similar. They're all humans or half-elves. The majority of them are male. And they're just kind of like swimming through the water, occasionally popping up, just moving, looking around.
Okay. Delian's seen enough that way, so he'll probably just head to the other way.
All right. And then
start scanning
Sharut,
this way.
what did you want to do?
Let's see. I think he would follow Delian at this point and just kind of make note of Quintus's tracks, like of the direction that he went.
Yeah, like Quintus tapped you and like indicated an area, and you still probably didn't see him. His stealth check was in the high 30s.
Yeah, Quintus is he's doing that thing.
He's poofed. Yeah, just start heading towards Dillian then, and sees this ghoul. He's encountered a ghoul before.
Yeah.
He doesn't like them. Is this thing considered helpless?
Yes. It's basically immobilized.
Can I coup de grace it?
You can give it a shot.
Okay. Yeah, he'll just he'll move like right to the point where it's like.
So coup de grace with a ranged weapon has to be done from within 5 feet.
Okay.
And it does have the reach to be able to attack the things that are immediately adjacent to it. It's not paralyzed, it's immobilized.
Okay.
Like, it's still swinging its arms around and trying to get free. It just can't.
I mean, I still think it's worth it. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. Yeah, I'll attempt to coup de grace.
Sounds good. Go ahead and so let's see. You just roll damage, don't you? I haven't seen.
I believe
in
so.
So long. So coup de grace for Pathfinder.
I believe you're the one who makes a fortitude save. Although, how undead do fortitude saves?
So, yes, I know that bit. You automatically score a critical hit. So can you roll as if you scored a critical hit in terms of damage? Like, roll an attack roll and then double the amount of damage that comes.
Okay, I'll just do because I don't do a whole ton of damage. But it is with the sharpened weapons, so there will be an additional +2. So it's going to be 2d3 +2 +2. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a grenade.
Yeah. Not one trying to be sneaky.
Stealthiest of kills.
And it is going to take a swing at you as you're doing this. So it, like, swings out and it can't do anything, and you take the crossbow and hold it up to its head and go thump, and you see the bolt go and it goes ow. So the interaction here is that you can't coup de grace an undead thing because they're immune to fortitude saves unless an object would make that fortitude save as well.
Okay.
So it was basically just I'm going to attack it.
Then Sharut will scoot away and attack it.
And so at this, some things happened. It goes, ow! And 1 second here. Delian, you see the other ones kind of perk up and start moving towards it. And it goes, I'm being attacked over here. We have new converts. And these things start moving. So at this point, what we're going to do is I'm going to put everybody into a fight. And everybody can roll. I missed somebody. I didn't get Lumio somehow.
It's okay. I'll be fine.
Oh no, Lumio, let's get to fighting.
No. I'll let everybody else. I'm gonna have to fight, aren't I?
Well, it's either you fight them or you fight me. Make your choice.
Lumio, I would never force you to do anything you didn't want to do. But you're doing this.
It's all right. If you fight me, I'll put you back together.
So I can take you apart again.
Oh, you're getting it.
Oh
Bad
dear.
news. This is
That's-
bad news.
Yeah.
The news? It's bad.
So this one is going to move.
Oh, that's bad news. That's real bad.
You see it, Justin,
Yeah.
moving through the water. It's weird because it's so bulbous. It literally looks like a body that has just washed up on shore and has been soaking in the water for weeks. And it swims very gracefully. It is very much the ballet hippo from Fantasia.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna roll a check for it. It kind of splashes the water a little bit. You see it literally take its hand and slap the water and watch the ripples go out.
Fuck.
And it's going and just watching to see what happens. But you're not moving at this very moment. So
That's true.
next is going to be the one on Shrewd, who's gonna get him a cut of goblin. Shrewd, the one on you. God, I rolled so many initiative checks there. Does a 23 hit you?
Yeah, that hits.
Sorry, that should actually be a 21. He is very immobilized right now. Does a 21 hit you?
Yeah, it still hits.
Okay. Well, I need you to make me a fortitude save and then a fortitude save.
Jesus. Yep. They do this.
Oh,
right, give me a second.
Not this again.
Let's see. That would be. Oh, come on. Where's the button? There's the button. Okay. Why are you doing that? Oh. Man, this pop-out window does not work well. Yeah.
The roots dice are rebelling.
His innards will be soon too.
Oh,
Here we go.
Oh no, my insides have become my outsides.
There's one.
External.
There's two.
Oh boy.
Okay, so, Shrewd, you take 4 points of damage, and you feel your body lock up.
Okay.
And then it takes another swing with its other claw at you. And you will take 6 more points of damage. You don't have to save the second time because you're already paralyzed.
Well, that's great.
Root likes to start combats before people
mean-
are ready.
That sucks. That just sucks.
So, after that is going to be this Lacedon over here, who will go... And it starts swimming, and you see that this messes up the ripple that this guy is watching. And
lovely.
so you see the drowned yell at the Lacedon, and it goes, "You idiot! There's something here." And the Lacedon just it sort of spits out this black glob towards the drowned, and then starts moving northwards. After that, Quintus, it's your turn.
Quintus does nothing.
Just stands there.
He's hidden right now. He's not moving. If he can wait for these things to get distracted and get out, that's what he's gonna do. He just stands there.
Okay.
Literally anything else he does at this point is going to make a problem that he doesn't want to deal with.
So basically just pass turn.
Yes, he passes turn.
Pass turn. Lumio.
Yeah.
Lumio, it's your turn.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Oh hey.
You did hear out an ow, and then they're over here. They're attacking me. Sort of north of you.
All right. Well, as much as I'm going to regret this, and I am going to regret this, I'm going to try to move up to here, and then I'm going to cast. I'm going to put a beacon out at my range. I'm thinking somewhere over. Let's see. Where's the measuring thing?
Control and then drag.
This is new. Yeah. Yeah, about there, I think. I don't know how I did this thing. There we go. It's undone. And it's going to be...
Are you putting out the beacon one?
Not the big beacon. I thought about it, and then I thought, no, don't do that. Don't do that thing.
That's why I was
Beacons
laughing.
are lit. Come get me.
That's why I was laughing, because I was like, why are you doing this?
Well, I've had enough living.
So I think my next character is going to be a Magus. I'm going to put down this beacon.
Yeah, and then it's gonna be the oh, there's one that I'm gonna create a hallowed totem, I think.
Okay.
Maybe that's nope. Never mind. Sorry. I'm gonna try the giving totem. That is, and I'm gonna put this down for just a minute. Right there. It's the one that gives me a or all positive energy effects are doubled. Okay. Right. Gains or loss increases by my caster level. Excuse me. Whichever. Yeah. Either doubles or increased by my caster level, whichever's less. So, and then that requires me to roll a d100 because I don't have that totem naturally.
Add 20 to whatever you're adding.
Okay. Okay, so it would be 130 then, I believe, that I'm rolling against.
Dope. So you only trigger one. Hold on here, because you trigger it on a different chart.
Oh boy.
The spirit of a dead ancestor appears behind the caster for 1 hour. This shade is a ghost, but with no magic or touch attacks. It has no ability to interact with the world at all, except for speech and sight. There's a 50% chance the ghost will serve and aid the caster as best it can, but otherwise the ancestor is critical of the caster's life choices and will spend the entire time loudly critiquing the caster's decisions, preventing any
Does he
form of
qualify for this one?
sleep. Technically, yes.
Interesting.
So I don't have a Lumio ghost ready. So let me see what I should use.
I know the token you should use.
You shut up.
Every time.
I'm actually going to use the Metroline for reasons.
God, that sucks.
Hey, it's for reasons that'll make you happy, but it's for reasons.
I just picture
Lumio.
the berating ghost being. Anyways,
Lumio, you see behind you this it actually doesn't look like a full-size Warforged. It's definitely a Warforged Scout, which are Warforged that are built to about the size of halflings. And it's not like the same sort of build as you. The metal plates are probably not metal. They're sort of ceramic. The wood is wood, but it's a very light wood and then it's a very dark wood and then a very light ceramic. But oddly, it has that same kind of like metal thing in its chest that you have, this sort of like brass contraption with the lightning in the middle that's kind of coming up and around. You know, the thing that lets you like channel your magic.
Yeah.
And it has that, and it sees you, and well, you pop out your totem, and it goes, positive energy. This would work far better if you just burn them all. There are but zombies. You can hear it from here. Fire would be your ally, not this diviner's trinket. But I do applaud your tenacity here. It seems like you're building a proper defense. Do we have clerics to call upon? Someone from the Silver Flame?
Not readily.
Oh. Well, I'm still going to recommend fire. You'll need it.
I believe you.
And you said that your totem goes here, and it goes out to your 60 feet. Doot. I'm gonna change it to not red, or at least not that red. There we go. That's a little better. All right, and that's your turn. You moved up, and you.
I did cast it at range.
Oh, you did? Where is it?
Yeah, over here.
Over here. Okay. My
Yeah.
bad. So we'll put it there.
Can you not see where I put?
We'll put it there.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Sounds good. So that's the Hallowed Totem. It will give all of those creatures a -1 to their saving throws to resist channeled positive energy and positive effects, such as cure spells. And yeah, sounds good. Next will be the Flotsam Terror, who Quintus, can you give me a reflex save, please?
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure I'm doing the right one.
Wow, I definitely just deleted the Flotsam Terror.
That's good.
Yeah.
We did it. Good job, everyone.
Oh, hey, it's right back where it should be. Fantastic. Quintus.
Yeah.
That will make it. You see, the Flotsam Terror looks about as sort of translucent as you do, and you see it just start kind of like daintily, jauntily skip tiptoeing down the log, and it gets to about there, and it's just kind of do. And there's a point where you realize, like, it's going to jump, and it's going to jump mostly over you. You just have to very slightly duck. And it just, graceful as anything, bounces above your head and is on the log. And then, Sharut, it's your turn. This will count as 1 round of paralysis for Sharut, and then we'll move on.
I'd like to take a free action to think about lemon cakes.
You know what? They're pretty delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Since this isn't magical paralysis, it's like a creature ability. It just lasts for that amount of rounds. I rolled the d4 plus 1 and you got a 2. So you're paralyzed this round and you'll be paralyzed next round, but then on the round after that you can act.
Well, can he make noise of somewhat, or is it just like full paralysis?
The noise that you can make, like, you can't speak. You can make noise, but it would be like,
Because I feel like he would at least like cry out after getting hit. So like, ah!
Okay. So,
Kind of thing.
Delian, you just hear kind of a behind you, and you look there to see Sharut paralyzed, and just that impaled guy just kind of clawing at him awkwardly from his spot stuck on the tree.
No.
So Sharut is standing there, sort of like leaning back with his crossbow up. The ghoul now has one small crossbow bolt just sticking out of its forehead. And it's just, yeah. So after that is going to be a Draugr. Who will... Quintus, since you can see this, the Draugr doesn't really swim. It just sort of wades messily, splashily. And it's kind of moves this way, and then when it gets to here, it starts moving towards the like... Actually, no, wait. Somebody put down a totem. It starts moving this way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just... Find him. Kill him or turn him. Kill him or turn him. Delian, this guy's gonna move up to you.
Oh, I guess I.
Oh no, wait, you're stealthed.
Yes.
Let's see if he do move up to you. Well, he's gonna move up, and then see Sharut, but he's not gonna move up to you.
Cool. That's good to me. Yeah, everything's all right there.
Everything seems okay.
Huh.
Quintus again. You're basically the only one that can see these things.
Yeah. Fine.
You see the Bricholacus move to the edge of the water, and as it kind of goes in, its shape changes, and like its body starts melding together in a weird way, and you see that there's basically a skin flap that completes itself between its arm and its leg, and it kind of like shifts, and it's this painful looking like crack 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 crack, and it very sloppily becomes like this oversized zombified manta ray, and it goes into the water and starts swimming around.
Super gross.
Delian,
Yep.
can you give me a knowledge arcana check?
Okay.
So the ghouls more or less all look the same. Like all the Lacedons look the same. They look like Lacedons. This one though has a bit of an aura around it. It's kind of like this pulsating kind of black aura that is encasing its whole body, but it seems to come from this black gem that's sitting in the middle of its forehead. You see it like it kind of comes out of the gem and then it goes down the whole body, and then it comes out of the gem and it goes down the whole body. And every time it happens to that one, you see that the other ones get a very slight little like boof of the same black shadow. It was practically impossible to see in the fog, but now that you have the one with the gem in front of you, and then you have one of the ones who doesn't have the gem in front of you, you can kind of see it like happen on both of them. And Yeah, I will even rename his token for you. He will be Macedon Jim.
Thanks.
That didn't work at all. Token was... Weird. It's not gonna let me rename it, so I'll just give him a small aura.
Yeah, or you could change his token to something maybe more beneficial of his status.
I'll just give him a little animation thing.
Okay.
Does that do it? No.
I know it's a copy of a token, so I don't know if that's... Oh,
That's
never mind.
that's a bit much. Maybe let's take that down a peg. There you go.
Okay, cool.
All right, and then it's your turn. It looks like Cherut's not in a great place. He looks to be literally like absolutely paralyzed statue-wise. He's still just holding up his crossbow. And the ones near you don't seem to have noticed you yet.
Yes.
What would you like to do?
What I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna see if this is what I would like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know if it's something I can do.
Sure.
What I want to do is go here, grab Cherut, hook shot to here.
Yeah, I'd allow that.
Okay.
So you go there, you grab Cherut, and then you
Zip
fling
away.
the two of you over to Hirish.
Yes. Because
Yeah,
that's, I think, reasonable.
I think that totally works. And yeah, as you start moving up, the one that's impaled to the tree goes, "There's another one. Get that one too." But yeah, the two of you managed to get back over to there. And then this Lacedon is going to move down to there.
God, I
This
knew they
Lacedon
moved quick.
is going to... Oh yeah, they swim as fast as you guys walk.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah.
And even though there's only like 2.5, 3 feet of water, they're just...
Fast as I walk, I only walk 20 feet.
Okay, so they swim faster than you walk.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, I tried.
All right, and then Dandarin, it's your turn.
All right. Are you ready for this? That's my turn.
All right. I like it. I don't know the effectiveness of such a task, but...
I have a base move speed of 20. I had to move 30 to get up to him.
Yeah. And
Who's the ghost?
as you walk up, someone goes, "Oh, you've aligned yourself with the Moorish. Good choice there. I've always admired the Moorish. They build fine tools."
Dander's gonna look at him. I ranks in blacksmithing. Can I just make that connection that somehow, like design-wise, there is a relation? Like maybe they're in the same.
They look nothing alike. Literally nothing alike, except for the power source in the chest. That power source in the chest that Lumio has, where it's like this sort of crystal dynamo that has the brass things that are coming out from both sides. That
Didn't Lumio tell me that he was a prototype, though?
that's what he said to you, yeah. But they look to you nothing at all alike, except for that device.
And he's also a little one.
Yeah, he's also like the size of a goblin. Because
Lumio,
Warforged
who's your
Scouts.
friend?
He has yet to introduce himself to me.
I'm Lumio. Who are you?
Well, then I'm also Lumio.
Well, you picked a fine name.
Thank you.
And Quintus.
He's mini Lumio?
This guy moves to here and then sort of swim dips underneath the log and continues moving on. And yeah. So
Yep.
at that point, the guy stuck to the tree just keeps shouting and going, they're over there. Get them. Get them. Turn one. Release me. I'll do it.
I like this guy.
The other Lacedon will move to here, get on land, and then start moving forward. Quintus, it's your turn.
Quintus does nothing.
It's not just hold turn again.
He's waiting. Like they're all right there. It'd be suicide to be like, oh, I'm going to walk across the thing now. Like, no, they're in the water. They are water-wise things. He's going to wait for them to pass.
Okay. Lumio, it's your turn.
Oh, good. Lumio is going to put down another sphere or another totem
Okay.
because he in the last turn I did mention that he put it down with the thing that gives it concentration, so he doesn't have to.
Yeah.
And he's going to put this one in the exact same place, but it's going to be one of those that does fire to people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and add 20 to whatever you would normally roll this on.
Okay. That's going to be another.
130.
Yeah.
Dope.
Exciting.
Okay, so thankfully that's not 2 because you got a 136. So you only trigger 1, and the one that you trigger is
Really? It's the same dude. Now it just follows you around.
He followed me before, but this one has hit points.
I want this one. Wait. This one has hit points. Hold on.
Yeah.
This one's a harmless ghost, and it just loudly laments its fate, but takes no other actions.
Would you believe this? Now I'm
I wish I didn't choose the name Lumio.
There's a cursed name online. Truly, we are doomed.
so.
I bet it's the ghost of that corpseless.
Yeah,
that
that's
headless dude.
what it is. It's Lumio. You cast this, and as you're casting it and conjuring another totem, you see a spirit kind of crawl its way out of that body, and it's weird because the body didn't have a head, but the spirit does. The head just kind of keeps flopping every now and then, and so the ghost just keeps setting it straight. And he just looks around and sees what you're doing and walks over and goes, "Oh, friend, this is going to end as bad for you as it did for me. You have no
Hope
idea
not.
what's coming your way.
I don't.
They just
stand
keep
right here.
coming. It just keeps spreading. If I could just tell the tale. But, man, I can't, you
I
know,
go too quietly
on
to
account
yourself.
of being dead over there. You're heroes, right? Probably like House Orion, wondering why the roads aren't safe anymore. Well, maybe ask my body, which you weren't here to save.
And a smart aleck to boot.
So, what would you like to do? Where are you putting this, first of all? The fire totem.
Same place?
Same place. Okay. In that case, I won't draw a second one. It's just
Figured
also
that'd be
there.
better.
And this is the one where on your turn, they take 3 damage or whatever it is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's going to be fire. Per the recommendation of Lumia.
Yeah. And Lumia goes, not bad. Used that one myself a couple times. Lightning's good if they're in armor, but if you just see flesh, that's the way to go.
Duly noted. I do have the lightning one somewhere.
Well, I mean, couldn't hurt to pop them both out. Do whatever feels natural to you. I'm just here to make sure that it's done right.
Are you?
More or less, I think. I'm weirdly
Well, I appreciate that.
I'm weirdly compelled to compliment you. And now, seeing you act, I see why. You look unuseless.
Knowledgeable?
Unuseless,
Splendid.
I'll go with.
Very good.
And yeah. So I got a Dandarin. You're the nearest one that I can really sort of see and do a thing with.
Bring them closer. I wish to bash them with my shield.
So it really does do that. What you see happen is that the water in this area, as the Flotsam Terror kind of like bounces up, the water shoves it through the air and towards the lot of you, and it just clears this whole thing, and it's coming in. Wow. With its hand outstretched, and you see its hand is just covered in like barnacles and seaweed and swamp filth, and it's just riding a wave that is affecting only it, and it will make its charge attack roll. Does a 29 hit you? I didn't think so. So you then see it do this thing where, on you blocking with the shield, and it like just slams into you, it kind of looks at itself like, and it goes, and it just turns into a pile of seaweed and just sewage and peat, and it just becomes this pile of blech.
What an odd reaction.
No, I've reacted that way before.
It's one way to be disappointed.
Sharut, that's round 2 of being paralyzed. As of now, you are no longer paralyzed. Like, you miss your turn, but you're not paralyzed after your turn.
He's somehow thinking that this is Right-Teal's fault.
I mean,
Like all of it. All of it. All of it's Right-Teal's fault.
stupid Right-Teal. I should tell no, I should not. The Draugr will slam wade its way over this way. It will be able to get to there-ish.
Slam Wade sounds like a really good blues artist.
Yeah, but you have to, like, there's got to be some sort of food thing at the end of it.
Oh,
It'd
yeah.
be like, I'm Slam Wade mayonnaise.
Slam Wade chicken bone.
Slam way jambalaya.
Slam Wade jambalaya.
Slam Wade Pickle.
Slam Wade pickle.
I know that career did not take off.
Yeah, Slam Wade Pickle was not nearly the artist that Slam Wade Jambalaya was.
Pale imitation at best.
At
A
best.
sour one at that.
Boo. Boo.
Oh, you don't. Of all the people here, you don't get to boo me for puns.
All right, and this guy is gonna sort of dip back into the water and then just appear on the edge of the shore over here. And there's that weird sort of like the pulse from the gem in its head that covers it with that black energy. And then there's the pulse from Lumio's totem that kind of makes the black energy fade a little bit. And then the gem, and then the totem, and the gem, and the totem. And after that, it's Delian's turn. Delian, it looks like Sharut is kind of like coming back around a little bit. He still looks a wee groggy.
Okay. I'm going to be like, hold on tight, and then I'm going to hook shot us there.
Okay. So you're going to move the two of you there?
Yes.
Or, hold on. That's actually in the tree, so it'd have to be there.
Yeah, I don't want to be in the tree.
There's a ghost next to you who's just talking about how much it sucks to be dead. And then there's a ghost on the other side of Lumio who's just kind of complimenting the various tactical choices Lumio's making.
This place is cursed. I see that now.
I like that both of the totems that he rolled on Give him ghost in this place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect was that.
All
This
right.
place hates magic.
And after that is going to be another Lacedon, who's going to move his 60 over there. And then another Lacedon, who's going to move to right there. He'll sort of leap out, land in a crouch, and then kind of start stalking forward, just dragging his claws along the ground. And when he hunches over, he's dragging his claws around along the ground. This one has a tongue that's a good 2 feet longer than the other one, so his tongue is also just kind of dragging along the ground.
Sure, it's not hygienic.
That was a poor life choice.
And then,
Yeah.
Dandarin, it's your turn.
So is this one remotely? Is it just Beatrice from like the water, or is there like something there to attack?
So it looks like a pile of detritus. It is seaweed and peat and just rotting things.
Mentioned something about some of them. Some of them have like a gemstone that pulses.
Only one.
Only this one.
Only
has
one
it.
of them.
Yeah.
Under it.
I will.
All right.
But just for good measure, I sundered this one.
Sure.
Sundered the detritus.
Yeah. Can you go ahead and give me an attack roll, please?
Bash it with my shield. Did that not roll? Hit the wrong button. That's on me.
That'll hit it. Yeah. And how much damage does that deal total?
Deals 5 unless it counts as an object right now, in which case it does 15.
It doesn't count as an object. What you see happen, though, is that basically it's this pile of, like, wet, rotting vegetation, and you hit it with your hammer, and it goes... And it looks like your hammer didn't do anything to it. It just kind of...
Lumio, what do we know about these creatures? Tell me their weaknesses.
Is that a wait for my turn thing?
You can... So, I think talking is a free action. So, yeah, if you want to give me a knowledge religion.
I do. Boom. Well, I think...
This is an altered flotsam terror. Flotsam terrors are these things that just kind of like wash ashore sometimes, and they're mad at having been killed in the water. And you know that they're just sort of able to discorporate themselves. And when they do, they become this, like, it looks like a mass of rotting vegetation. What this thing actually is right now is a swarm. It will be able to start swarming over things. This one, based on what you saw it do when it rode the wave, is also a flood-slain creature, which means that it has an ability to command water a little bit, to push it around. And that there's the potential of it being able to grab someone and try drowning them.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what you know about that guy. And in terms of weaknesses and stuff, it has standard undead traits. It just also has DR5 slashing. So if you want to avoid the DR, you have to hit it with a slashing weapon.
So I'll hit it with my sharp hammer.
Sharpest hammer in the West.
How?
So yeah. Does that tell you the various sort of abilities of this thing?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, it does.
All right. At that, Danner, you took a standard action. Did you have anything else you wanted to do?
It's a swarm, you say?
Yes.
It's fair.
I don't know. Ender will stay there because he does have to protect Lumio, but it's like, can you set fire to the swarm? I know you're doing something about it right now, but more actively?
The entire area is the best I can do.
Well, if that's the best you can do, it's all we can expect from you. It's my turn.
All right. After that is going to be the Drowned, who's going to move up to here. And Romeo,
Yeah.
my sir, can you give me a save? Hold on, I just clicked away from it. I have to click back to it. It is a reflex save, please.
Oh, no. Saves, reflex. Oh, that's not been updated. I need to go fix this. I'm assuming it's still very bad. I'm only going to increase it by, I believe, 2 total.
Okay. So essentially, you see this one move up, and then it starts like moving its arms in a weird way. And when it moves, it's this weird, like this thing basically looks like an overstuffed balloon made of people. And it's just, and as it's moving, the water around it starts to get kind of cold. And then the water around it that gets cold just sort of does this until the water on you gets pretty cold. And you count as being entangled as the rain and the swamp water that you've been sort of trudging through just starts to crystallize on you.
Oh, well, that's a problem.
Entangle, I bet, is the net. It is, indeed.
All right.
So that you know what entangled is, first of all, you get a -4. You get a -4 to Dex, -2 on attack rolls, and if you attempt to cast a spell, you have to make a concentration check. If the spell has somatic components, so you can attempt to. You can't attempt to escape artist out of this. You can attempt to break out of the ice as it's like forming around you.
Okay. I'm going to do that potentially on my turn.
Okay. Sounds good. After that will be, guys, let me out, I'll help.
They did not let him out.
They did not let him out. And then Elacidon's going
I would
to
like
charge.
to note about that guy, he technically took 4 more points of damage. Sharut was counting the old Sharpen bonus. Sharpen is
No,
now plus
it-
4 to weapons, not plus 2.
It is +2 because that's not multiplied on a crit, right?
Its base is plus 4.
Is it multiplied on a crit?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, then he took
4 more points of damage.
6. No, he took 6 points of damage because I did not multiply the sharpened bonus. I did not know that it was multiplied on a crit.
Fair. All right. I'll throw that on him. And this guy is going to charge Dandarin because Dandarin's the closest one it can see. A threat to crit?
No, he does hit me because he rolled a 20.
Yeah, he do. Do it be true. It do. And that is going to be 9 points of damage. And can you please give me 2 fortitude saves as you encounter ghoul jaws? All right. So the first one fails, and you don't feel great. The second one succeeds, and you can still move.
Do you get racial bonuses to those, Dandrin?
Does it count as a poison or a spell?
No.
No. I have no bonus against diseases.
Yeah, it's ghoul fever.
Gotcha.
I'll
Just
be
wanted
fine.
to check.
And then after that is going to be Quantus.
All right.
Can I interrupt just a second here?
Yeah, what's up?
Because I have this thing called Retribution. It's a rally that whenever an enemy deals damage to an ally, both the ally and the enemy are within an area I can rally. I can spend a spell point to deal 1d6 damage to the attacker for every 2, so 2d6, and it can be fire damage.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I'd like to do that.
And this is a sphere effect?
It's part of the War Sphere.
Dope.
The rallies I picked up at that one point. And I believe the way we read it, I can actually spend an extra spell point to rally multiple creatures, which would provide that effect to multiple things. I believe that's the way it was read.
Did you have something that lets you spend it to do it on multiple creatures? Because usually it's just one.
Yes. It's Mass Rally. If you look for Mass, you
When
should
rallying
find
a
it.
target, you may spend an extra spell point to rally 1 additional creature per 2 caster levels. And then what's the one that lets you do the damage?
It's the Retribution.
Retribution.
Third from the bottom of the rally list there.
To the attacker. Okay, so the mass rally. I don't know if mass would count here. We'll say it counts.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll the damage for me.
Awesome.
This is fine. Quintus is just gonna double move. He's keeping under his maximum move speed here. So I'll move to here.
All right. We'll say this dude takes his 6.
Mm-hmm.
Are you rolling for each one separately, or are you rolling for all of them all together?
How would That's up to you. I think it doesn't necessarily say
Roll for each
specific. Okay.
And then, I think the only ones that would count for that would be the Flotsam Terror and the Lacedon.
I think so too.
Okay.
The rallies are a little bit difficult to kind of fully understand.
Yeah.
Unless
Also,
we've played with them a lot.
can you roll me a 1d100, please?
Sure.
Your target number
All day.
is 20 or lower. Let's go
And then
ghost
this
number
is gonna
3.
be, yeah. So, hey! Look at that!
Not quite. All right. There we go. You'll do that, and then Quintus, you said you're going to double move?
Yeah, he double moves, but under his maximum speed. So
Okay.
he moved 25 feet.
Sounds good.
He's just staying behind these guys. He also has not left stealth yet.
That's fine. I need another stealth check from you, though.
Can I ask why?
Because you're next to it, you're in a fight, you smell, you're moving things that are around it because you're like affecting.
Yeah, okay.
You're affecting the things that are in the water,
Sure.
and also because you double moved and didn't move at half speed.
It's not. He moved under his speed for each of those double moves.
Unless you have like the trait or the feat, I think is you have to move up to half your speed.
It's fine. Just go ahead and roll.
I'll take the -5 for having moved more than half speed. That's fine.
Okay. And on that dude's turn, I'll roll and see if he notices.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so that's your turn.
That's my turn.
Lumio, it's your turn, and I believe
Awesome.
a lot of these guys take some damage.
Yeah, they're gonna do that.
All right.
I think it's,
so. That's 3 damage to each of them.
I think it's 2. I'm gonna double check. Because it's supposed to be half my caster level, and I'm a level 5, right?
Yeah. So
That's how 2 works out, I think. So, yeah.
and they don't get a save, right? They just take it.
Yeah. And it's fire, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's so dumb how much damage that deals.
I mean, you put this many guys on the map.
No, it's just funny because it deals 2 damage to like 15 different creatures. All right. After that, well, that's just automatic. So, what would you like to do after that?
Because it takes concentration to maintain that, I'm just going to keep that up.
Okay.
And occasionally rally people.
Sounds good. Then it will be the Flotsam Terror. The Flotsam Terror will. It's going to try to swarm over you, Darren. You're the close thing to it. So it's going to go.
I'd like to redirect it into the ghost, asking politely.
You do get an attack of opportunity because it doesn't have to enter your space. It has to leave the square that it's in.
I will hit it with slashing damage.
You're going to hit it with the sharp hammer. Yeah, that makes sense.
Actually, I'm going to hit it with the sharp shield, because I can do it with any weapon I wield.
Oh my
Shield
God.
bashing. My shield is spiked. So I cut it with my spiked shield.
Yep.
Bottom part is sharpened to a razor sharp. That's just.
I don't think I hit it enough.
You did not hit it, actually. So it will basically kind of go into your square, and then it's going to go into Lumio's square, and then it's going to end up right there. So
I didn't like any of that.
for the 2 of you, please. Dandridge. That'll be 4 damage. Lumio, that'll be 9 damage.
Mean.
And
I've got to make you some proper armor, boy.
and then over here, you see it just kind of and sort of become this creature that looks kind of like a vaguely translucent body.
Like a reconstitution almost.
Yeah, pretty much. It just is no longer a pile of rotting vegetation. But you know who is? Sharut is.
Yeah.
It's because of all those mushroom pies.
There's no reason fighting at this point. You might as well just lay down and die. Really, it's not so bad. That's what I should have done.
Well, I have some bad news for the group. I do not currently have a bomb prepared. I just have a bunch of cells. So
Tell me more about that.
that makes me sad. Makes me very sad.
I'm waiting for the bad news.
That's very bad. It's very bad, and it makes me sad. I'm gonna. With that said, though, I'm gonna fire 2 shots over at that Flotsam Terror.
Okay.
At the flopsome
Flopsome.
flapjack.
Oh, at the old flopsome bopsome.
Okay. Oh, wait. No. Not that one. That button right there. Wait, no.
Nice.
That button right there.
That's a good button.
And that's going to be at a -2. Oh, it's point blank. Then -2. Yes. Oh, I did it wrong again. I'm so freaking useless. Good God.
Oh, the first part of admitting you have a problem is, well, that. Admitting
Actually,
you have a problem.
people don't realize that the first part of admitting you have a problem is actually having a problem.
Okay, that's
I
the
guess you're
first
right.
attack.
See?
Does a 17 hit?
Does a 17 hit? How dare you ask me that? Yes.
Okay, so it's going to take 12 points of damage. I'm assuming it doesn't have to make the fortitude save.
Against the... is
Flashbang.
this the poison or the flashbang? It actually
flash-
will have to make it against that because you can blind them. You can blind undead.
Okay.
Because, yeah. So, allow me to roll a die. You know those creatures with no constitution, so good at those fortitude saves. Does 19 make it?
Yeah, 19 makes it. Okay. I was ready to make it blind, too. That's a shame. Okay, second shot. 17 points of damage. Or, sorry, 17 points of damage. 17 to hit, 6 points of damage.
Okay, so that was a total of...
Total damage is 18. 18 points damage.
But the
The-
flashbang does bludgeoning damage, correct?
The flashbang does bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. All three.
Okay, so it's going to take the 3 from the flashbang. It will take 4 from the first crossbow bolt, and then it will take 1 from the second crossbow bolt. You got 2 pretty good hits on this thing. The bolts did not do the amount of damage you would expect they did.
Okay. Sharut is then going to, well, snickerdoodles. I don't want to be there. He's gonna move south, I think.
Okay.
He's gonna stand behind this tree here. Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. And after that is going to be a Draugr, who's going to sort of step up, and the short Lumio goes, I got this one. Over here! I'm right here! Swing at me! I bet you can't! And the Draugr goes, gonna murder you, stupid dwarf. And it just keeps swinging, and, like, there's nothing. It's just passing through. This thing is little more than, like, an illusion. And it goes, and then really, like, irritated by it, just steps up to Dandarin. And small Lumio looks at large Lumio and goes, undead are idiots.
It's just funny to hear somebody say that.
A lesson with a moral. I approve.
Do I have enough to... Yeah. I want to charge Dandarin. Nope. A big toothy bite comes at you. This dude looks a little weirder than the other ones because it has this, like, its tongue is just too long. Like, it's just too long. And so it tries to bite on the shield, and you block it with the shield, and the tongue just sort of goes like... and just starts slithering up and over the shield, and it's sort of flopping on your arm there for a second. And then you move it back with the shield, and it's like...
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Sharut, actually, everybody who's over here-ish, can you give me a perception check, please? At
Sure.
a -2 from the rain and the fog and the what's it.
Wow.
All right, everybody. You see what looks to be sort of a green-tinted manta ray leap this bit of land and then land right there in the water. And then it just kind of like sinks into the water. And this water is black. So Yeah. After
Don't go in the water.
After that is going to be the big Lacedon. Quintus.
Yeah.
You got a 25 on your stealth check, didn't you?
I got a 31 on my stealth check.
Yeah.
Did
he
you
got
did?
really
My
high.
bad. There was a 25 right below you that was Lumio's thing. So you see this Lacedon that has this black gem kind of pulsing in its head, and it's moving forward a lot more slowly than the other ones. Like it's just kind of stalking, and it pauses over here, and you see it drape its tongue out of its head and like lick the air like a snake does, and then it sniffs a little bit, and it just moves on. And then
That's air.
Delian, well, that's air. Delian, it's your turn.
I'm here. What?
It's your turn.
Cool. Well, I'm in the middle of biting. My bad. What I would like to do. Yeah, I'll put it here. I'm gonna make this tree glow real bright,
Oh, okay.
and then while doing that, what was it called? I had it and it's gone. I believe there's one where I actually deal fire damage. Sunstroke. No, that's not it.
Is it Searing Light?
I believe so. Yeah,
So
that's the one.
All creatures in the area suffer 1 point of fire damage per caster level, but undead, oozes, and creatures harmed by daylight suffer 2 points of fire damage per caster level.
That's the one.
Okay. Sounds good. First of all, can you roll me a D100, please?
Sure.
Seems fine. So you're a 4th level caster. It's close area, so that's 35 feet. Let's see how to do this, because I don't want everybody who has a... There you go. We'll just do that.
Cool.
So this does... All creatures suffer 1 point of fire damage per caster level, but undead suffer 2 points of fire damage per caster level.
That's it.
And you can only make the save if it's placed directly on you, which you're not doing. You're making it over there.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. And yeah. And you're grabbing this talent with your shadow magic.
With
right?
the shadow point. Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. And checking one thing real quick. The effective caster level, the effects generated using this feat are equal to your caster level, the illusion sphere, -2, minimum 1. But with your thing, I believe you treat it as your regular caster level. So it's 4 -2, so that's 2. So it'll cause 4 damage every round.
I believe so.
Cool. And it will... I believe this one starts on your turn as well. So, yeah. So, Lumio and Dandarin, each of you take 2 points of fire damage. And then all of mine undead take 4 points of fire damage. This is really weird. These guys are literally just going to be like very slowly pinged over and over. I dig it. That is, I believe, a standard action for you. Did you have any other actions you wanted to take?
I'm going to go farther inland a bit. I don't want to be near that,
The thing that you saw land right there?
Yeah. This place seems pretty spooky, and I trust nothing in it.
I mean, that makes sense. Okay, so you go farther inland a bit. And then I have a Lacedon who is not going to roll a 19 on his perception check. So he's going to move to there and attack at the Dandarin. And roll a 2.
Yes.
After that is going to be this guy who's going to charge the gnome. Does a 20 hit you?
I will find out for you. Yes.
All right. Can I get you to make me 2 fortitude saves, please? As
Sure.
This dude comes slathering over at you. You are neither diseased nor paralyzed. You do, however, take 5 points of damage.
All right, that's no
It
problem.
is very specifically nom 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 damage.
He has resistance to nom nom damage.
Fuck.
Yeah. Funny enough, only that.
But only that. That's all he can do for that round. So after that is going to be the Dandrin. You are not starved for choice, the Dandrin.
I will hit the one behind me.
That guy?
I have targeted.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll do it with the sharp part of the hammer shield.
The old sharp part of the hammer shield.
Shield bashing with the sunders. Ah, sure I missed.
Yeah, that's gonna miss.
God damn it. Alright, yep, that was it.
Okay. After that is going to be the drowned. Monsieur Lumion.
Oui.
You seem a fitting target. I would hate to cause you pain,
No.
yet still I will.
Oh. Shit.
Well,
This is a Coronathi drowned, you can tell because of the accent.
can you give me an additional reflex save? Please remember that you have a -4 to Dex right now, so it'll be whatever your reflex save is with a -2.
Well, let's start with the save and then.
Yerp.
Yep.
And hold on, I did put the entangle quality on you, so let me. What is your normal reflex save? Because if you added an additional -2, then we just screwed you out of a +2. Nope, normally your reflex save sucks, and this still sucks. All right, never mind.
Yeah, I think we're all caught up here.
Yeah. The ice on you starts to harden a little bit more. You are now not just entangled, you are sort of becoming immobilized to that spot, and it will cause a little bit of damage to you. So this is going to be 1 point of cold damage.
Ah! And stuff. Right?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just, this is, ow. And you get simultaneously these two things, with one of them going, if I were you, I'd just give up, because this is how this goes. I'm sorry, but if you make them tear you apart, they're going to tear you apart. If you just sort of go with it, at least you can become one of them. And as that's being said, on the other side, you get, burn them all. What are you waiting for? Just use it. Dig into it. Charge it up. And fire. You can do this. I know, because I could do this.
Lumio looks at Lumio and said, with a quizzical expression that Warforged don't pull off well. Charge the core. I've never done that before.
Well, it's dangerous, but doable. Just... You have to ask yourself if it's risky, and right now I would imagine that it is, because I don't think that this is looking too good for you. Granted, it's not looking too good for that one or that one either. He's just pointing at two of the different undead. It's like, they'll go down, clearly, but we need you to stand.
What two did you point at?
What two did he point at?
Yeah.
He pointed at this one and this one. So, lace it on. Fuck. I was like, I don't see him. And then I realized he's still stuck to the tree. Please! And then one on Dandarin is going to make 3 attacks. I've got a bite. And then I've got a claw. Alright. He goes, this one's armor's impenetrable. We're going to need to dogpile him. Bite him that way. And you hear kind of a scent from all around you. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, just take him down. And Quintus, it's your turn.
Quintus is going to delay. Quintus is going to delay for this guy. He wants to go after this guy goes.
Okay, sounds good. And after that is going to be Lumio. Lumio, it's your turn.
Well, let's have everybody take damage. Just because I want to see what happens with that.
So that's going to be 2 damage to all the things.
Well, enemies, that is.
You don't want to just start doing damage to the teammates, too? Because that seems to be working real well for Delian.
I've noticed that thing that Delian has done. I'm just going to kind of... 5 foot step back would put me in a log, I can't do that, and I can't move forward. Just gonna have to hunker down and be unhappy.
So you're just kind of standing there doing your thing? Okay.
Yep. Keeping concentrating on my thing. So.
All right. Well, in that case, after Lumio is going to be the creature. This one is going to discorporate itself. It just kind of goes, and it becomes this mass of blah. And it is going to move through Dandrin, and then move through this guy, and then move over here.
It takes damage when it enters my... Oh, it never left. Never mind. You're fine.
It'll actually take damage from when it enters Dillian's, though, because, yeah. Dandrin, that's going to be 8 damages. And then for this dude, it's going to be 5.
It's like a hit.
Yeah, that's going to hit. Is that a sharp hammer that you're using? You are muted.
I believe it's a sharp shield.
A sharp
Sharp shield.
All right.
I hit it with the cutty bits of the shield.
So that is 6. And then Delian will do 4 to it as it enters that area. Yeah, it's not looking great. That'll be the Flotsam Terror. Sharut.
Sharut is gonna go for a swim. No. He's gonna go here.
Choice.
And here.
God damn it.
I was just like, I'm getting away from the water, and also I can move there now.
I'm in danger.
And we're gonna fire off some shots. Did the Flotsam Terror like recorporate itself? Like, is it no longer just sludge?
It did not. It is still sludge.
It is still sludge. But it still had the. Is it easier to hit while it's sludge? I can't ask that question. I'll shoot it twice.
Lumio basically told you how this thing works. No, it's not easier to hit.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and shoot it twice.
Okay.
Because reasons. So we'll do, and it's within point blank shot range, I believe. Yes. That's not one. I'm doing fantastic today.
Can you roll to confirm, please?
Yeah, I can roll to confirm. Hang on. Let's see.
No, run. It's a trap.
This -2 point blank.
And okay, so that's not going to confirm. Which one are you shooting at?
I'm shooting at this one.
That one. Okay. It doesn't confirm your fumble. So
Okay, so second shot.
go ahead and shoot the second shot.
16 hit?
A 16 will not hit it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Not your fault, man.
All right. Anything else?
Did my move. I can't do a Swifty. Yeah, that's everything.
All right. After that is going to be the Draugr. Going to try to grapple me, a dwarf. Monsieur Danderon. Does a 23 hit your CMDs?
He does grab me.
He does. You are grappled. He is grappling you. That's all you can do for right now. And after that is going to be Elasodon, who is going to attempt to grab on as well. That one's not going to hit. Does a 20 hit your CMD?
No.
Okay. So this guy tries to grab on, but just not working for him. And, well, the being a stealthy manta ray isn't really working at the moment. So the Bricholacus is going to move up behind you there, Sharut. And it does this thing where it talks, but the sound actually kind of comes from a puddle at your feet. And you just sort of hear like, surrender. It goes easier that way. And then it raises its big hand like it's waiting for you to say no.
What if Sharut just doesn't answer?
Well, it's actually out of actions. So the last one is going to go, and it will move to here. So what happens is this guy sort of like raises his hands and he pushes, and you see a lot of the water in front of him just pick up and start moving forward. And it's moving forward in basically a line that is like this away. He's trying to shove you into the water, Dillian.
Oh.
So this is going to be a a near critical on his CMD roll. You will get moved back 3 squares.
That sucks.
To there. So will the ghoul that was in front of you.
Oh. All right.
And you hear him just go, tear that one apart. We don't need any ghouls. We don't need any gnomes. They're too weak to pull their own weight. And then, after that, I believe it's going to be Quintus's turn.
That is correct.
Because he chose to go at that point. So I'm going to update you, Quintus, to initiative of 7.
Thank you. What is the key for creating a new tab for movement? So I can make a pin so that I can move it then from that point.
You press tab or control. Sorry, it's control.
That doesn't.
If you're moving, it'll just track it for you. Like if you move to a square and then you move back to another square, it'll just track where you're moving.
Okay.
If you want to measure it, then it's control.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So
Quintus double moves. He's here now.
Okay. Sounds good.
That is what he has for now. That is what he's got. He's kind of hunkered down as much as he can behind this tree thing, just getting an eye on what's going on.
Okay. And then Dillian, I need you to make me a. Well, you weren't actually damaged. You were jostled. So I need you to make me a concentration check, but it'll be a little bit easier because you didn't actually get hit.
Okay.
So you roll a d20 plus your caster level plus your casting stat. So your casting stat is, I think, an 18. So it'd be a d20 plus 8.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine. You can keep your
The fire going.
Yeah, your fire going.
I can even just leave it for like.
Did you?
The 3.
It's up
I
to you
didn't
if-
specifically do though.
Yeah, it's up to you if you want to spend a spell point to leave it.
Okay. Yeah, I probably would.
Okay.
It's just easier to leave it like that instead of trying to do the concentration.
All right. Give me 1 second as I add the 4 damage to all of these guys. This guy right here goes dead. That one. He is dead.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you kind of like spend a spell point to maintain it. That's going now. You have your round. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna hook shot here.
Okay. As you're leaving his threatened area, he's gonna take a swing at you with his actually not even a swing. He's gonna try to bite you. Does 25 hit you?
It does.
All right. So that's gonna be 4 damage, and I need 2 fortitude saves from you.
Okay, doke. That's not good.
You are diseased,
That's even worse.
and you are paralyzed.
Okay.
Do you want to
Oh,
reroll
no.
that one?
Yes, I do. That'll be my final one. Where did that? Oh, that's pretty neat. Can I thank you.
Still paralyzed.
All right.
2 rounds.
Okay.
So basically, you launch your hook shot, and as you start to leave, he just reaches out and he snaps at your calf. And by the time you get to the tree, you can't even move. You're just sort of.
Yep.
All right. And then we got Lacedon trying to grapple the Dandarin. And it will. So, Dandarin, you are currently grappled by this guy and this guy.
Okay.
Dandarin, it is your turn.
I would like to hit one of the guys grabbing me, so I will.
Okay, give me a grapple check.
Do I have to make a grapple check?
Because you're grappled.
To swing?
Hey, he just hit.
No, you're grappled.
Oh, you just get to attack. I'm grabbed, but they're just in control of the grapple. I'm not pinned.
Oh, sorry. My bad. I have to grapple. again to hurt you. You can just attack. So you're grappled, so you're at a -2 to hit. Which one would you like to hit?
I would like to hit this one.
I didn't see what you clicked. The
I
dragger?
marked.
The dragger.
Marked
Okay.
it, yeah, I've got my mark.
Go ahead and roll. You're at a -2 because you're grappled.
Okay, but he also has penalties because he's in the grappled state as well.
Yeah. That one's
For
not good.
fuck's sake. Fuck it, I spend a hero point. I'm sick of this.
Okay.
Cut the man. Roll the 1 on damage. God damn it. Alright, for 5.
So, it seems minor, but that is apparently enough to drain the life from the animated body. You hit it, and the hammer just kind of carves through, and you see him, like, for just a second, he's not quite as malevolent. And he goes, thanks, friend.
Sure, anytime. I'm here to release all of you.
And he falls back, looking quite dead. You're no longer grappled by that guy. You're just grappled by that guy.
I'll look at the rest of them. I'll get in a line and I'll release all of you from this unmortal coil. Freedom for everyone.
Freedom from... This is what I offer. Why do
I'm
we
here to
build
liberate.
the wall? All right, and whose movement thing is over here? Is that mine? It is.
I think that's yours from
Yeah,
you when you were showing the.
Yeah, putting stuff down. There we go. All right. Lumio, I need a reflex save from you as the drowned continues to manipulate the water around you.
Alright. Yeah. Oh, hey.
It doesn't get worse, and you don't take any damage from it.
Nice. I gave him the middle finger that I don't have.
So you basically give it the live long and prosper sign?
Yeah.
Oh, Warforged hands are weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, it has moved out of the Delian area, but is still within the Lumio area. And we got screw you guys, I hope you all die. Won't even let me down.
They must not have liked him in like beforehand. They could have undone him at any point, and they just left him.
They didn't like him before, during, or after.
Lumio, it's your turn.
All right, let's have them take some damage. You know what, everybody, just pile it on there. Although it can't affect allies,
So this is
kind of limited that way.
man.
Yeah.
Delian's stupid 4 points, and you're 2 points, and the Flotsam Terror dies.
Hell yeah.
Guys, Lumio killed one.
There's a light at the end of the tunnel.
And another one of these ones died too.
And it's just so funny. How about 2 damage? What do you think of that shit? That's nothing. Yeah, but wait till you have it 8 times. Oh shit, this guy knows arithmetic.
No, he's hitting us with math.
I'm just gonna say, for the purposes of this one, that Quintus is undead and takes 2 damage.
Wow.
That's fair too.
Well, he might as well be for all he's contributed.
Hey,
He's contributed so absolutely.
Normally that's like, haha, gentle ribbing, but this time it's like, you fucking coward.
Yeah, he's contributed so absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Quintus is not gonna reveal himself in the middle of undead. Also,
I did.
I'm gonna rewind your mind backwards to Shrewd attempting to place a bomb in this thing's mouth, which is what triggered this combat in the first place.
It wasn't a bomb. If it was a bomb, that thing would have died.
Nevertheless,
Sharut's gonna get a talking to.
your unique
Afterwards.
form of
Sure.
diplomacy.
Sorry, no, he's fucked up. So
Yeah.
No.
you don't diplomatize with ghouls. You don't diplomatize with ghouls.
Ghouls
What's
have
wrong with
already
you?
rubbed Sharut's nose in it.
Quintus is just being a very capable and cautious spy because he knows what he's doing, which is not dying. So
All right.
How very Delian of you.
I have done the damage to everyone, Lumio. It is now your turn.
I'm a shiver in place.
there you go. Good.
Okay, sounds good.
Good call.
You're still entangled. So if you would like it's a standard action to concentrate on the spell. You can attempt to make strength checks to break out of the ice if you'd like.
Yeah,
I know
but
that strength
I can
isn't
see
really-
there's a couple of possible multiple potential threats here that I'm considering. One of them is Shrewd. The other one is this over here. You never know when you've crossed Shrewd. He's always got the same face on.
Yeah.
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 He's very grumpy looking man.
Yeah.
I like the idea that Shrewd uses his hat of disguise to just look like a scarier Shrewd.
He's just constantly casting it to look scarier and scarier.
What's your disguise? Well, it's me, but the eyebrows sort of angle down.
Also, I have this twirly goatee.
All right. So that will be that one. Flotsam Terror is dead. So, Sharut, it's your turn. There is a Bricolicus right behind you.
I don't like him. He doesn't look cuddly. So
I feel like you're lying.
I'm gonna move over here.
Okay.
Do I know if I'm? Do I know if I? A character knows if they're
Threatened.
threatened. Thank you.
You are not currently threatened.
Okay. I am going to shoot 2 bolts at this guy, and I'm going to expend my martial focus on the first one to make it an anti-magic bullet.
Okay.
Tell me more about that.
Here
That was
is.
a tart mouth.
Would you like to know more?
Would you like to know more? Let's see. That is point blank. Yeah, that's point blank.
I feel like it's a little patronizing after I say I would like to know more for you to say, would you like to know more? Nah, I just said it for funsies.
Yeah.
I fucking mean it.
Does a 24 hit it?
A 24 will definitely hit him.
Would you make me Would you make a fortitude save,
A
please?
fortitude save. Yeah, I'll do that. 1 second here.
I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of this at some point, Justin.
Yeah. I want to. That does make it. So, unfortunately, he does not suffer the effects of the anti-magic bullet, which is sad, but whatever, we tried. He's going to take 14 points of damage,
Yeah, he is.
and then we'll shoot him with a regular crossbow now.
Okay.
Does a 12 confirm?
A 12 will not confirm, but you rolled a 20, so you'll hit.
7 points of piercing damage.
7 points of piercing damage. Sharut, tell me a story.
Oh, a story. I'd say the first bolt kind of hits him like right in the collarbone and just kind of like pops and jerks kind of the neck in an odd position. So like jerks the head back and the neck's just wide open. And the second bolt goes basically right in underneath that. So in that opening that was just created by the first bolt in the flashbang, the second bolt just goes whoosh, right into the spinal cord.
Nice.
And it just crumples.
Yeah, you see it just crumple, and when it does, the that black gem on its forehead just sort of falls off and hits the ground, and its body stops pulsing, and you see the little wisps of shadow that are around the other Lacedons also fade away. And they kind of look at each other like,
You want some freedom? Stick around.
I bring
Handing it
freedom.
out.
I called my hammer liberation.
The sweet, sweet embrace of death. Just a moment away.
I call my shield not.
All right. And Dandrin, has 23 hit your CMD?
Just grab me.
Nice. So you are grappled by the grappler and the other grappler. And after that is going to be the Bricolicus, who's going to move to there.
Does he move into Lumio's thingamabobber doohickey?
Nope. He just took a step forward so he could hit you.
No, I mean that's within the range of his fire thing, is
It
it not?
occupies
Oh, it's
that
not.
square, that square,
Oh,
that
okay.
square.
Okay.
It's weird because it's like trying to make it a sphere, but also you
Yeah.
have to count the squares.
Squares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All these squares make a circle.
All of these squares make a circle. Bonjour, Charuts. I bring to you many things. Number 1 is this claw. Number 2 is this other claw.
Both of those hit.
These Karnathi zombies so polite when they tell you the truth.
You know, I've never been torn to shreds with such variety before.
So it rips into you, and the way it rips into you is it basically does this huge overhead swing where it just like starts at your collarbone and just goes down with both hands. This is a not a tactic that you recognize, but you've seen the damage it can do. And behind you you hear, I told you, this is how it's going to end for you. Sorry about that, man, but hey, at least you and I can watch, right?
Sharuts do not like you. We'll free you after.
Sharut, can you give me 2 fortitude saves, please?
I hate you. Hang on, let me change the life total here. And then we'll see about those fortitude saves. 15 on the first.
Okay.
Me on the second.
You don't feel great.
At least I'm not paralyzed.
Yeah. All right. After that is going to be Quintus.
Yeah, it's funny is I was lining up for an AOE and now most of them are dead. So that's
It's weird how that can happen in 5 rounds.
I mean, it was that or watch Quintus get swarmed by 6 guys in a corner, and that's not like
Hey,
not what
bravely,
Quintus-
bravely get swarmed.
Yeah,
Oh.
Swarm sounds like a great place for an AoE. I'm just saying.
not on himself. It's not. That's stupid. That's a poor decision.
Bravely get swarmed.
Okay. So it's no, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's see. So are these 2 guys who are alive? I'm assuming are grappling Dandrin at this point.
Both of the guys alive are grappling Dandrin, yes.
Okay. What is my range to? Okay. Are they in his square? Like, do they count as being in his space? Or are they just adjacent still?
So that's like a weird thing about grappling. They don't count as being in his space. Pathfinder grappling is like a fucking train wreck. So I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
Because
Okay, fantastic.
they haven't made a grapple check to like try to pin him or something like that.
That's fine. In that case, Quintus is going to spend. Let's see. That's a little too far forward. So go away. This ultimately where I want it to be. Yeah, good enough. That he spends 2 shadow points. Everybody inside there needs to make a reflex save.
Okay. So that is
sorry,
going
Dandrin.
to be this dude and this dude because that's all I got left.
Yep. First one fails. Second one succeeds.
Okay.
I was muted, but I asked. I have a tower shield. Do I get the bonus from my tower shield?
No, because you didn't set it for cover.
I just wanted to double check.
I
I fail.
Yeah, you do. Quintus does 17 points of damage.
and that's shadow damage. Did you or what ability are you using for this?
I'm using Shadow Mark.
Okay, cool. So that's 17, you said.
Yes.
And the one that saved, does he take half or?
He takes half.
He takes half. So he was at. All my math just left. This guy is gonna die a lot. He ceases to be. And then there's next to Lumio, there's this effective, but don't do that. Shadow's rough. Do that too many times, you get some elves coming for you. I'd recommend lightning. Fire's also good.
I hear this.
Oh yeah. You can totally hear it coming from this guy right there.
Fantastic. At that point, Quintus is like, "I'll take that under advisement." He's
goes-
not taking it under advisement.
He's doing the opposite of that. Look at him.
And he goes, "You usually don't meet Zill who will take things under advisement, so this is actually progress." And yeah, Quintus, after that will be Delian. This will be one round for you.
All the things take the damage,
Oh, shit.
myself and Lumio included.
Yes, all the things take the damage.
No,
I think that means
No,
that I
not
also
me.
take the damage.
Quintus, you will take 2 damage. Lumio and Dandarin, you take 2 damage.
I think it's exciting. I think I've done the most damage to Dandrin in like a while.
You have a new target.
I don't count as a goblin, so
No, I know.
all right.
You have things.
what about a construct?
All right, and okay, so that will happen to those. There's only the one undead alive left in there, but Glean spent his point, so it's going to keep going. And then it's that guy's turn. He is going to make some grapple checks. So, he gets a +5 to maintain. But he's weakened because dude died, so he is at a 2. That will maintain. So he will inflict lethal damage with a natural attack, and the natural attack he's going to choose is going to be his bites. Dandrin, take 5 points of chomp, 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 and a little bit of nom nom as well. And I need from you 2 fortitude saves, please.
I choose to pass.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, all right. Moving on is going to be...
Wait, what?
Wait, how does that work? What?
Still feel bad. Spend a hero point not to be paralyzed.
Actually, a 14 will make it. Yeah.
I won't.
Yeah, 14 will be fine with that.
No, I'm still sick.
You're still sick, but, you know, that happens. All right, and after that is going to be Monsieur Lumion, I believe.
Oui.
Oh, no, wait. It's the other Lacedon who's going to go and rush. Wait, she rushed Sharut? Sharut's just so there.
Isn't there a tree there, though? I've been playing around that tree the entire time.
That is true. He will go on that side of the tree. And Sharut, he will chomp with a 22. Does a 22 hit you?
That hits, yeah.
And that will be 9 damages.
Sure, it's not looking good.
And can I get from you 2 fortitude saves?
Maybe. Sure.
You feel sick and you're not paralyzed.
The aftermath of this is gonna suck.
Yeah.
Dandarin, it's your turn. You are still grappled by that dude.
As I have told the chat preemptively, liberation incoming. Freedom intensifies. I swing at the one grabbing me. 19 hit him with my stabby stabs.
That'll hit
The cutty variety.
with your cutting hammer. Yeah, that's gonna swing. That's gonna impact. It's going to shatter him completely. And unlike the guy who said thank you, he goes, "Got you though."
I'll be fine. Then I'll move.
And so, top of the round, the
Hold
round...
on.
No, he's moving.
Sorry. Okay.
Leave that Sharut alone.
So, at the top of the round, you guys will hear the drowned call out, "They're too strong. They're taking out all the Lacedons. We need backup. Go. Back to the temple." And that's where we'll pause, and we'll come back in about 15 minutes.
Quick, follow them to the temple.
No.
No.
All right. So we'll be back in 15 minutes. Thanks, everybody. All right. And we're back. So Noah had a question, and it was, if you're going to run a Christmas one-shot, what system would you use? And
All right.
like, baby's first RPG that sort of everybody has a higher chance of knowing is D&D 5th edition. That's going to be the one that isn't necessarily the best, but you have the highest chance of people knowing what it is. If you're doing a one-shot, though, if you're doing, like, not a Santa Claus game, but, like, a Sandy Claus game of, like, a malevolent Christmas entity, you could do it with, like, Dread. You could do anything that's not necessarily that I would recommend these systems, because I don't necessarily like these games, but you could do anything that's powered by the apocalypse. You could do Fate. Fate is really easy for, like, a quick game.
Yeah.
Because the mechanics are roll fudge dice and add your mechanic. Are roll fudge dice and add your stat. That's it. So at most, somebody has to be able to add to 8, and that's it.
Okay.
One that I think would be fun, because it's a different perspective altogether, if you do Threadbare, the Stitchpunk RPG, you could play toys.
There you go.
Oh, I like
So
that.
you play the toys, which would be a lot of fun. threadbare. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna write that down. Hang on. I like that.
There would be like a Pugmire if you want to play like pets, like Christmas pets.
Pugmire's pretty good.
You could be like, the dogs and cats that are trying to save Christmas or something.
Yeah, there's also Cats of Cthulhu, which also similar vein.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I am also not the biggest fan of 5th edition. Not my cup of tea. And this would be for like people who haven't really role played yet. So it's got to be something very, very simple. If I go through with it.
I mean, yeah, like people who haven't role played, like if this is going to be for a family thing, you want the rules to be about as easy as Fate. And Fate is roll fudge dice, which like for fudge you start at a 0, and the dice don't have numbers on them. They either have a blank side, they have 2 blank sides, 2 plus sides, and 2 minus sides. So if you roll 4 pluses, that's a 4. And if you roll like 2 minuses and 2 pluses, that's a 0. And then
It's a really simple system.
and you just add your stat.
Okay.
And in Fate, you're supposed to generally do like, you don't say like I'm strong as like your attribute. You're supposed to have something that's like can be used in like various situations. So like that's the thing that you call on. So we did a Fate game and Danielle played. Everybody made different characters. I had basically Dante from Devil May Cry, and then somebody was playing like Leif Erikson, the Viking, and then Danielle was playing a Disney princess, and that's how she wrote it, was a Disney princess.
With quotes.
And her biggest bonus was animals love me +6, and her weakness was animals love me. So if they ever encountered something that's like, no, this animal's going to fight you, it went for the princess first. But she could also like, we need to get up there. How could we do it? And she goes, I could just form a ladder out of these crows. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like a thing a Disney princess would do.
Shrek inspired with your Disney princess.
Yeah.
Sacrifice yourself to me, birds.
All right. I'll look into that. It was an idea I had for the holiday coming up.
Yeah.
All
right. So, before we left, fight was happening. Fight has started going against the undead, specifically the Lacedons, who have lost 4 of their 5. But there's also been a dead Draugr and a dead flood-slain Flotsam Terror. And then the Drowned said, we're losing this, clearly. Head back to the temple. We don't have time for this. We're going to need reinforcements. And then the Drowned is going to basically try to tighten up the water on Lumio again. So Lumio, if you can give me a reflex save.
But if I can't...
try. You can give it a shot.
All right.
So, Lumio, this time it'll be 7 points of cold damage.
Cool.
And
Cool.
The Drowned jumps into the water and starts quickly sort of blubber swimming away. And from the north you just hear, yeah, fuck you. You deserve to die. Run away, coward. Take me though. If you just want to come let me down, I'll come with you. And then Lumio, it's your turn.
Okay.
You were concentrating on a thing, so in order to keep it going, I need you to give me a concentration check. So that's a D20 plus your class level plus your casting stat.
I have that written down somewhere to make that easy on me.
Your class or your casting level is a 5. Your casting stat, I believe, is a 16, so it's a +3. So it's a D20 plus 8.
Oh, okay. How's that?
That'll work. You can keep concentrating on it and keep the fire going, doing 2 more points of damage to this poor bastard stuck to the tree.
Does Delian's thing go down now?
No, because Delian paid a spell point for it, so it's just going to stick around for a minute per caster level.
A minute per caster level.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
can I take a 5-foot step here?
So you're still entangled.
Yeah, but can I do it though?
Does not entirely prevent it unless the bonds are anchored to. Yeah, you can do it. Sorry, I didn't tie you to the ground, and you made the one save that was going to do that. So yeah, yeah, you can move there
Yay! Less damage on the old Lumio.
on the old Lumio.
Sorry, the young Lumio. The old Lumio doesn't care.
Everything's coming up Lumio way.
Yeah.
And there's just this. Sorry, like as you do that, this guy will sort of move out of the way, and then the other you will follow. And after that is going to be Sharut. Sharut, it's your turn. You have so many choices in targets you can shoot upon.
Remind me the rules of a withdrawal, if you would so kindly.
So, for the rules of a withdrawal, it's a full round action. You can move your speed, and you do not threaten from the first square that you leave.
From the first square that I leave.
Yep, but only from the first square that you leave. If you like, you can also try to do an acrobatics check,
Oh, yes, that's right.
which lets you move half speed, but you don't threaten for all of those. You just have to make an acrobatics check. It depends on the path that you want to go. So you'd have to tell me the path that you want to go, and then I'd tell you what the check is.
Okay, so I legitimately cannot move right at this moment in time, because then I'll go down. So I'm thinking, what's my speed? It should be on this page, right? Summary page. Yeah, land speed.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking 15 feet, so right around there. And I will do an acrobatics check because full withdrawal will not prevent me from getting attacked.
Yeah, it would.
No, because it's
He passes into this square. This guy still has
That-
no.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
exactly.
because if he goes here,
Exactly.
he's going to take the...
Exactly. I have to go north. I cannot go to the east.
I'm really happy to have put you in this predicament.
You've done a lovely job.
Basically, you are rolling against the CMD of the Brickolacus with a +2 for also being threatened by the Lacedon. That gives you a check of 24.
Oh, that's a high roll.
But look at it this way. If you fail, you still get to move, but I'm going to take 2 attacks of opportunity.
Feels good. I like it.
It might be better to just take the
How would you
attack of
want?
opportunity. Dude, if I take 2 attacks of opportunity, I'm dead. Oh my god, this is such a hard decision.
Have you considered a total defense?
You could also do a total defense.
I don't. Total defense only adds 4 to your AC, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Only 4. It only adds 4.
I mean,
So-
it's not like I've got a great AC.
So that does give me a 20% less chance to hit you, which ain't bad.
Now let's see what they do to kill Sharut.
Can I
Nat 20,
do-
nat 20. All
I
right.
can't do a 5-foot step because Lumio's there. Can I do a 5-foot step to where the ghost is and then do total defense, or is total defense a full round action?
Total defense is a full round action.
Okay.
You can 5-foot and full round because it's a free action.
Okay. I'll do that then. I'm gonna 5-foot step over to where the ghost is, and total defense.
Okay. And that will do that. You walk into the ghost, and he goes, "Such disrespect." But that's how it goes when you're scared of the end coming. But I understand. I was scared too when it was happening to me. But you won't be afraid long.
Shut up!
You know, eventually, once it sinks in that this is what it is now, you just kind of come to... and he's just, like, walking you through the death that hasn't happened yet.
Sharut gonna make potion. Vanish undead.
Oh, man, I wish I had those. But I didn't, obviously. And you don't now. And you probably won't. Not before the end.
Shut up, Sharut. The way Lumio is going, we'll get you back in a jiff as a ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that one basically, like, starts running in the water and then just kind of gets sort of, like, green-gray and blubbery, and its hands kind of sink into its body. and you're pretty sure that you see what looks like a terribly dead dolphin start to just away that way. And then Quintus, it's your turn.
All right. Quintus moves here. Yeah, just to there. And Quintus will attempt a touch attack on the drowned.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it.
Okay. It is just using his normal crossbow. I don't think there's anything extra there. So a 12.
It's actually not going to do it.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Because of rain and fog, there are various penalties going into a lot of the ranged attacks past certain distances.
Yeah, no worries. That's cool.
And Delian, round 2. As of now, you are no longer paralyzed, but you don't get this round.
Okay.
And then the Leitodon's going to stand there and like look around and realize it's the last one. And he goes, and it's going to swipe at Shrewd. And
It does not confirm the fumble.
it does not confirm the fumble. So it just kind of goes like, huh, and you're just ready for it to come. And you jump back, and he goes, I'm not going to be the only one that dies here. And it jumps in the water and swims away after its attack. You do not have a melee weapon in hand. Lumio, you do if you want to take an attack of opportunity with it.
Heck yeah!
Go ahead and roll it.
On that 20.
Yeah, that's not going to do it. You swing the currently unbladed Brandistock. Is it bladed or no at the moment?
It's not bladed.
Okay, so you swing
most of the time he's not carrying it bladed.
You swing the staff at it, and it just doesn't do anything. And the Lacedon starts swimming away. And Dandarin.
Are no targets within my vicinity?
Nope.
I'm making my way up towards the guy begging for release.
Yes, free me. Dwarf, come this way.
Don't worry, I'll free you. While I'm walking, I'm going to put the hammer away and pull out the Ortiz.
Yeah. That seems more likely to cut through the tree.
This dude.
I'll have you out of there in no time, friend.
All right. So, in the water, they are basically going to be making run actions. So that dude is going to be gone. Like, he's just able to get away. And, whoa, what happened to my map? There we go. Don't know how that happened, but hey.
Rod reality.
Yeah. Lumio, it's your turn.
That makes way more sense now.
Do we want to interrogate that one?
Yes.
Fucking cat. Do we want to interrogate it? Thanks, Delian. Opinion noted.
I submit.
It calls for blood.
It calls for blood.
Other crave violence.
It thirsts.
I will. I'll drop my spheres.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, that's really funny. All right, so you're gonna drop yours and Sharut.
Sharut think we should retreat. Leave him to tree. Come back if still here. But can tell Dandarin is sickened. I am sickened.
I'll be fine.
Believe Delian needs looking into as well.
Root, why don't you look after yourself and Delian first while I go tend to our friend?
I mean, he's gonna start applying a salve to himself, like even before Dandarin finishes that sentence.
If we're done with combat, then
Yeah.
Quintus still invisible and transparent.
Quintus, if you haven't yet, please take 2 damage from last round and 2 damage from this round.
I took 2 damage from last round. I'll take another 2. That wipes out the temp hit points that Sharut gave me earlier.
Okay.
I'm gonna do my roll stuff before you do that.
And Quintus goes over to this tree.
Okay. Can you give me a perception check?
Yes, absolutely, probably.
Dandarin, please do not kill him until we have talked to him.
Oh my god.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
So, Quintus, you see a person up in the tree. He looks to be pretty high up. He's a good 40 to 50 feet up. You can barely make him out in the rain and the fog. So you're able to sort of make out, like, that dude is, like, way up there.
Quintus is gonna drop his visual suppression, and from the bottom of the tree, he's gonna call out, "You can come down now. We've fought them off."
Oh, no. You just made some of them leave. You ain't fought them off. It's not how this works out here.
All right. Well, if you're going to make a break for it, there's really no better time than now. So that still involves getting down out of the tree, and perhaps taking the time to enlighten us as to how it does work around here.
Break to where? She won't let us
South.
cross the river.
You can't cross the river, I'm assuming.
No, she ain't gonna let us cross the river.
No, she's very not thrilled at the moment, but we're working to try and fix that.
Well, based on what I saw, you have a chance. It's not a large chance, but you got a chance.
Well, anything you can offer would be appreciated. Certainly.
I know this sounds dumb to hear somebody tell this to you, but don't die. Any of you that go down just sort of come back up, and you're gonna come back up as whatever killed you. Unless it's the green ones. They tend to overplay with their food.
Is he?
Quintus, with your perception check, you also notice that there is a kind of it's raining, so it's diluted a bit, but you are a gnome, so there is like a faint scent of bacon around the tree.
What's that? What's that smell?
What smell?
It smells like bacon.
It's grease the tree so that they can't come up.
Oh, that's why they were trying to claw it down. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, out of options. I don't have a lot left.
Well, like I said, you could come down out of the tree, but
Give me a diplomacy roll here at a -2.
have him make a will save.
What are you casting?
I'm not casting. Actually, I'm using my deceptive advisor feat. As a swift action, you may cause a target within 30 feet of you to. Oh, he's higher up than 30 feet. Never mind. It's cool. I'll make a diplomacy check. Range, my enemy. Look at that. Rolling ones on diplomacy checks like usual.
Get the fuck down here. And he's like,
Come down here, and my dwarf friend's gonna chop down that tree.
and he's like, I'm good.
All right. Well,
It's
I
too
tried.
dangerous, and it looks like you killed pretty much everything that knows that I'm up here. So I'm gonna take the chance that they forget and they just try killing you instead.
that's actually not far from what I was going to suggest. So,
Well, I'm glad we're sharing a thought here.
yeah, we're in the same general vicinity, at least as far as that goes. So,
Yeah.
well, I guess good day to you.
Yeah. The head green one. It's got wands on them, so be careful with it.
Excellent. Thank you. Yes, we'll make sure to try and make use of those.
But yeah, that's I ain't getting down. And you see that, like, with your 20 on a perception check, this dude is not just up this tree. You see that he has basically harnessed himself to the tree. He is up the tree and plans to stay there. So
Yeah, that seems pretty fair.
yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, Quintus is going to cross back over and say, yes, the lead of them apparently has wands, so be careful in your searching. It sounds like that's something that might be useful to look out for. And then pausing by this tree, Quintus is going to do one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to unroll the cloak.
Okay. Yeah, you can just hear the sort of combination of with the free us, with people kind of screaming in pain, and you're pretty positive that based on the fact that nobody looks your way, that nobody else can hear this.
Quint is going to kind of kneel down and say, "Look, it's evident that your torment has gone into the creation of whatever this is. How can I free you?"
Wait,
He can talk to the dead. They count as dead.
they count as dead. They're not spirits though. They're like, when you talk to the dead are like, it's like using speak with stones.
Yeah. Presumably, parts of them were dead at the point where this magic item was created, and so maybe saw some of the process.
Fair. There's sort of a, like, through the crying and the screaming, which are louder here than when you first heard them, you hear one of them say the word Irian. So there's just this, like, and the screams that are, no, please! And then interspersed through all of that, you just hear Irian.
All right. Quintus doesn't know what that means, but
Can you make me a knowledge planes check?
yeah, that's what I was gonna go for. Actually, Quintus might know what that is, but
Irian, the eternal day, is a plane of positive energy.
yeah, that makes sense.
Which, like, yeah, that does make sense. It's a plane of positive energy, so of course, you know, taking a necromancy-based artifact there would probably free it, or whatever. But also, with your knowledge planes check, something is strange here. You are pretty sure that you're at sort of a convergence of manifest zones.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a degree of sense too.
So what you're seeing as you're looking around is kind of a manifest zone of Lamania that is touching a manifest zone of Mabar that are both on Eberron. So Lamania being Lamania is the Twilight Forest. It's kind of like nature unbounded.
Yeah, gone rampant.
And Mabar is the endless night, which is a negative energy plane. It's a plane of like death and dying and decay and that sort of stuff.
Gotcha.
So it's a weird conflux of planar energy based towards growth and the cycle of life and rebirth and just nature in all of its savage, glorious beauty, mixed with death, dying, decay, etc.
That's disturbing. Quintus will put the cloak away, and then approach to share his findings with the rest of the team.
All right. So while you were doing that, Dandrin, you were gonna head up and help out this dude find his freedom.
Sure was.
And he goes, "Yes, get me down."
I'm not that close. No Bardiche, I have reach.
Oh, that's true. And he goes, "Yeah, get me down. I can share it with you."
Yeah, what? What?
The power. It's actually quite something.
Why don't you explain more about this power and where you got it from?
I got it from that one. And he kind of like moves his
Points one of
hand.
the corpses.
He moves his hand and points at one of the corpses. He goes, "Give me down. I'll give it to you, and then we can give it to your friends."
Well, that does sound tempting. I do have a question, though. Your friends mentioned a temple?
I get the goblin.
Yeah, okay, fine.
I'm gonna eat that goblin.
Wait, he mentioned the goblin? No, they're mine.
All right. You can have the goblin. I get the gnome that took the goblin away. I think that's only fair.
It's reasonable. Your friends mentioned something about a temple. That where your one friend got his gem from? Seemed like that provided even more power.
Give me a diplomacy check at a -2.
John Eric, don't you mean -3? Well, hey. Oh, that should be one higher. It should have only been my... It already included my -1, so that's a 16.
And he goes, yeah, the temple. I can take you there. Just let me down.
Oh,
I turn we turn your friends. The whole group of us can get up there. We can run the place as a group. Come on.
All right. Could you point the direction of the temple real quick? So I can kind of angle us towards them to hurt them that way?
Yeah, you hurt him that way. And then you pull out the spears, and we'll jump up from
does he
behind.
point?
Yeah, and he's
the way
like,
towards-
you angle him that way. And then you pull out the spears, and we'll jump him from behind.
Hey, take care. Don't watch yourself now. Don't move. Don't want to miss.
Wait, what?
And I'll coup de grace.
He is so close to dead, you do not have to roll. He has been taking like 2 or 6 damage around for a while. So like he has Sharut's bolt in his head, and then I think he took like 14 damage from just like being plinked with Lumio's spell. He's nearly dead. So if you can't miss him, and you do a ×3 crit, he is dead. He is so dead.
Oh, looks like you moved. I missed.
We told you not to move.
He's like, yeah, just pull out the spears. And you're like, don't move. And you, like, pull back this huge axe. What?
I do examine the spears, though. They look like just shoddy spears, or...
So the one in his stomach is just a shoddy spear. The one in his chest does look like it has a bit of an enchantment to it.
Ooh, I'll take a gander at it.
It is a +1 spear.
All right.
In a sort of like weird turn, the entire spear is metal, but it's just a +1 spear.
Eat. Got a metal spear.
All right. So you do that, Sharut. You were healing up.
Yeah, I already rolled my heal and I added it. And he's gonna push again.
Sharut think we should fall back. I know I need 10 minutes for myself and for Dandarin to check sickness. Need to confirm if Delian also has sickness.
Well, while you're doing that, Lumio, come here.
Okay.
Not here in swamp. Should fall back.
I agree with Sharut.
All right, we'll go... Oh, by the way, the temple that they're talking about, and Dandro will point to the direction. Before I expired our friend there and liberated his soul, he pointed the way towards the temple.
Good on you to bring liberation.
Freedom ring, all right.
Let's go, comrade.
Feel oddly patriotic, but for nowhere on this plane. I guess we make our way back to the house if no one else is doing anything.
Yeah, that's where I was thinking we'd go.
All right. So the house is about an hour or so away. Just walking, especially because you're trudging through like mud and swamp, so not everybody is like moving at speed. But it doesn't take any more than that to get there. However, there is a thing that happens, and sorry, Sharut, but it happens to you.
I'm excited.
Ghoul Fever has an onset of 1 day. But Brickolacus Fever has an onset of 1 minute. So you are going to take some of this damage here. It is going to be 1 point of con and 2 points of dex.
Okay.
You feel really, really not great. Especially in like very specifically in your stomach. Like your guts just feel like you ate all the worst food, and that it's trying to literally leave through the front of you.
You want another spice pie?
Let's see. Okay. When that starts to onset. Okay, can I do a heal check to determine when I will take this damage again?
Yes, you can. Give me a heal check.
In 1 minute.
It's a disease that hits you once every minute.
Does a 17 get it?
It actually will, yeah.
Yay!
Because I, from what I understand, identifying the disease is the same as the DC. Even though you rolled a 1, you, now that you are sort of experiencing this, you're like, oh god, this is just gonna get worse, and it's gonna get worse every day. So the onset is 1 minute. The frequency is once a day. So once every day, you will have to make another fortitude save or it'll get worse.
Okay, in that case, we will continue on to the house.
Yeah. But you know that in addition to whatever this is, you're also suffering from ghoul fever.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it because heal check is yay.
Yeah.
Heal check, yay.
Heal check doesn't fix it usually, unless that's a scholar thing. Heal check's usually just
There's treat disease, right?
treat disease gives you a bonus to the fortitude save. Yeah, it doesn't just get rid of the fortitude save.
Receives a +4 competence bonus
Yeah.
on the
Which a +4 is sizable, but yeah. So
yeah.
cool. So everybody's going back to the house. It sounds like.
Yes.
All right, then I will activate the map because that helps you guys to see it. I'm learning.
That's neat.
And you guys are all back after about an hour or so in the map. Sharut, you have, like, your stomach is just roiling. It's just, it's painful. You got, like, the bubble guts, but it just hurts. And you're starting to, like, kind of shake a little bit. You're breaking out in a fever, so you're cold and you're shaking, but you're sweating. And the rest of you might just be, hurt. But Sharut is that. Did anybody want to do anything else before you leave, by the way? Like, I asked Sharut what he was doing, and then he said leave, and then I just skipped everybody else. Delia, did you want to do anything there?
No.
Okay. Lumia, were you good?
I wanted to take a look at the crystal to see if I can determine anything about it, but other than that, I think we're good.
Yeah, if you would like to give me a knowledge arcana check or a spellcraft check. Either of those would work.
Yeah, they're the same. So I'm going to... you know what? I haven't ever rolled spellcraft, so I'm going to do that.
Okay.
That feels fun. There we go. Oh, actually, that should be one higher. That should be because I have a 12.
Nice. So this is this gem is it's a black gem, and it's a sizable piece of onyx. And it's sort of, how can I put it? It's sort of like pyramidal. But the point of it was like driven into the brow of the ghoul.
Ow.
And only when he died by getting shot many times in the head did it sort of tumble out. Your knowledge of like arcane spellcrafting tells you that a lot of times gyms like this are used by people who want to raise the dead. And typically, all you can get with a gym like this is something simple. It would be like a zombie or a skeleton, something like that. If you do like bigger rituals, you can get other things like a ghoul or a wraith or something like that. But you're fairly certain that this is the gem that somebody would use on a low level like zombie or skeleton creation spell. So how it made something like a Lacedon, you have no idea.
Do I feel any reason not to take it with me?
It's not radiating magic at the moment. Like your spellcraft is identifying it as a material component.
Okay.
It's not radiating any magic when you see it. What it is just a semi-expensive piece of onyx.
I'm gonna take it with me.
Okay.
We'll talk about it later, or look at it more when we get to the thing.
All right. Sounds good. And then Quintus, did you want to do anything else before you left?
Did we grab things off the bodies?
I don't believe so. Sharut was saying like we should go, and everybody else was like, yeah, because we're kind of fucked up, so we should go.
Quintus is going to take 5 minutes and just loot the bodies.
Okay. For the most part, they don't have much.
Yeah.
The Lacedons are all pretty much just in clothing, and it looks like they have like daggers, but they never drew them. The only weapon that you see that any of the bodies had was on the Draugr, and it appears to be a battle axe of fairly good make with a Cannith symbol on it, so tells you it's either masterwork or magical, one of the two. You can just see the house symbol on it, and you just know instinctively, like, that's what this is.
Yeah.
The body of the Flotsam Terror, when it sort of jumped over you, you didn't see them, but now that it's dead, it looks like it has some pretty nice boots on its feet.
Oh.
So like when it was jumping over you, its feet, like as its legs go nearer to the ground, they get kind of translucent. And it looked like it was barefoot, but when it died, it's wearing boots.
Interesting. Okay, we'll grab those, and since they're probably already waterlogged, just clean them out with a quick swish in the water.
Yeah. All right, and then everybody goes to...
There's a mention of wands on the leader. Was that the one who got away?
He said the leader of the green ones has wands.
Ah, okay. Cool. Yep. Quintus will pass over the items he's got to Dandrin and just be like, well, we found these as well.
Mr. Dandrin. Are you going to try to identify him? Which one are you starting with?
That's going to be the boots. It was muted. I apologize.
Yeah. So you identify these as sort of a the poor man's answer to boots of striding and springing, which is to say that these are boots of striding or springing. Essentially,
What peasantly magical item?
what peasantly magical item is this? Basically, once a day, you can choose which bonus of the two things that Boots of Striding and Spring give you that you want, and that's what you get. And yeah, that's how it works. So if you want to go fast, you can make it go fast, but you don't get the bonus to jump. If you want to get the bonus to jump, you don't go fast.
Is it plus 5 or 10 to move speed?
I believe Boots of Striding and Spring are plus 10.
These are mine.
Yes, the tank that doesn't move.
Yeah.
Give him the striding boots.
Yeah,
I need them
Quintus
to
is...
get closer to all of you. No, that's fine.
if I could ask, what is the value of those boots?
The value of these boots is $3,000.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
I did want to speak to everybody, by the way. Like, I was I meant to say this at the beginning of the game session, but I was looking over this, and basically with Eberron's magic being everywhere, having the equivalent amount of like gold per level just doesn't really work. Because everything in this setting is magical, like everything. The streetlights are magical, So I'm gonna try to keep it to basically double the like amount per level. So if anybody has anything that relies on is your gold per level where it should be, I think Quintus, you're the only one, but others might take up the same thing. I'm using it as double because Eberron is supposed to be a setting where you were just constantly getting a bunch of like low level utility magic items. And I think it sucks to go like, I took this oath and now I am removed from the setting.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So, but yes, it's 3,000 and essentially Boots of Striding and Spring say your land speed increases by 10 feet, or you get a +5 bonus to acrobatics checks, and you just pick which one you want at the beginning of the day.
This is for the sword, by the way.
For the axe?
Yeah, the axe. Sorry.
Yeah, no. It's So yeah, he did not manage to hit with this, but yeah. Give me 1 second. It is a +1 battle axe of. I love it when I navigate away from my notes, like a half second before you ask about something. It is a +1 battle axe of avalanche. So this wasn't going to do great for him, but what it is it's for non-light melee weapons, which this is not a light melee weapon. A wielder of an avalanche weapon can choose to apply their Constitution modifier to damage rolls with a weapon instead of their Strength modifier. The modifier to damage is not increased for a two-handed weapon, but it's still reduced for off-handed weapons. So this was his pretty cool axe when he was alive, and then he got turned into a monster with no con bonus.
What's the value of that axe?
It's a +2 axe total, so 8,300 and whatever the cost of a battle axe is. All right. So everybody's in the house resting. To what end?
Well, Chirrut's gonna do basically heal checks all around to give everybody who is diseased that +4.
Okay. So
I'm fairly certain I just pass it for everybody but myself.
yeah,
Actually,
I
no,
believe
because that's
when
a
you
1.
try to use it on yourself, you have a penalty. We'll just say it's a -5. So you pass it on everybody, but roll for you at a -5.
Yes.
Okay. So for I believe it's Delian and Dandarin and Chirrut, the next in-game day when you have to make a disease save against the ghoul fever or the Brickolacus fever, you get a +4 to your fortitude saves.
Did I roll to heal Lumio, or do we want to use the roll I made earlier?
Yeah, go ahead and roll to heal him. You made the roll earlier, but it wasn't needed, so no. All right, and that will heal him for
21.
21.
21.
Do you want to switch us back over to the house map too?
I heard he activated it, but
There we go.
I can see you just fine.
Oh, that look was priceless. Oh, stream! I wish you could have seen that. Oh,
All right. I figure at this point, we're not necessarily going to like rest for the night or anything, but you need like an hour or two to put everybody back together. If you guys choose to rest for the night, that's up to you. You know that this house like is not rain proof, but it's mostly good.
Yeah.
I do think it's a good idea that we press forward, but
Once we're all healed up, we sure that we have all the supplies we need, and we can press forward tonight.
that's part of the problem. Chirrut can't heal himself any further. He's used 6 salves today on himself, so he is at his limit. And he is not doing well.
It's been a long day.
It has been a long day. So I'm not opposed to resting because they already know that we're here. Well, not
Yeah.
here, but they already know that we're on our way. So, like, it's more up to the team at this point as to what they want to do. It's just trying to update you as to Sharut's condition, basically.
Army wants us to press on tonight. I don't think they'd expect us to come right at them. I don't think they knew that we knew what direction the temple was in.
Go ahead.
I believe that we should shore up this house and spend the night as best we can. The amount of expended resources is near maximum at this point for all of us.
Sharut got bit by Boule earlier today. Attacked by drakes.
Man, it's too bad.
And diseased. Sharut very tired.
You know, Sharut, I understand where you're coming from. There is the other side of the coin where they follow us and attack us during the night. We'll be at much more of a disadvantage than they would be.
This is true. But
I do say we put it up to a vote.
open for discussion to group, yes.
All in favor of going and attacking them tonight. Show of hands. Say aye for the people at home who can't see the cameras.
I don't care either way. I'm good to go for the most part. I just need 15 minutes and then I'm good.
That's 2 for Quintus.
Well, I can't say is that I was exceptionally in the middle of things in the last encounter, so I'm doing fine. But I do understand if the rest of you need some time to rest and relax, to recuperate. Certainly, the fire that we built in the hut was useful, I think, for myself and others. So I wouldn't begrudge you that time. But as these do look to be undead, I think that we should expect them to move quickly and without the need for rest. So the sooner that we can meet them capably, the better.
That sounds like majority is for, but Lumiel and Rude, let's hear what you have to say anyway.
It does not sound like that, Dandarin.
That sounds like Quintus, Delian, and myself.
He counted Delian as 4 when Delian do not care.
Yes.
Based down middle. But Sharut understand why Dandarin make mistake.
Dandarin drives the wagon and makes your gear. And abstainment is mine.
Sharut looks at him.
Sharut makes sure he can stand to do that.
I make sure you can stand to do that.
Fair exchange, yes.
Well, this has been
necessary.
very fun. This
No,
has been very
not
fun.
necessary. Any case, if majority thinks we should push on, then push on. Sharut need 15.
As I said, we should make sure, yes, we'll take time, make sure we're patched up as much as we can be.
Or
We're
15 to
prepared
30,
as we
I
can
should
be.
say. Does anybody need any salves?
I'm good.
Dandarin does need some healing.
Okay.
Clean, you don't need healing after being shoved into the tree?
No.
Yeah, that's
I'm
right,
good.
because he has my temp HP, basically.
Oh, that's right.
Like, he just lost my temp HP.
I'm the only one who got nuked by the party.
Yeah, I guess just now.
Okay, I'm gonna use a salve on Dandarin, and then so Dandarin heal 15, and then I'm gonna spend some time making bombs. I'm gonna make 2 bombs. I'm gonna attempt to make 2 bombs in a 15-minute increment.
Okay.
Here we go. I think that succeeds. I believe the DC is 25. Use grenade. Where are you?
All
There
cobbled
we go.
together
Yeah.
hook shots
So-
and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I make 2 bombs. And I guess he'll ask if anybody has a spare potion of healing.
I've got a spare potion of healing. Which one do you need? A little bit more or a bit more?
You're looking at Sharut, and he's how would I put this?
I'll just give you a potion of cure moderate wounds.
All right, he'll chug it. That's
2d8
Plus
plus
three.
3.
2d8 plus 3. All right, that is acceptable. Okay. All right, yeah. I can continue if you guys are ready.
All right. Well then, with that, the group will start to head back out into the rain and the mire and towards the swamp. And we will catch up with them again next week, since
Yes.
it's 11-ish. So, thanks to everybody for watching, all my jam forks and jelly spoons. It was a fun kind of a slobber knocker of ghouls on ghouls on ghouls on let me go. So, Actually,
Brothers, I am pinned here.
that's a good question for the rest of you. I know a lot of people treat like Thanksgiving from like Thursday through Sunday as like a whole thing. Are we playing next week?
I'm down for playing
Oh,
this week.
that's a
I
good
can play
question.
next week's.
I
I
can
can.
play next week.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm down to play too. So we'll see everybody next week. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye now.
A wonderful time.